LAX.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pechanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pechanga.com and follow at Pechanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pechanga.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Let's get to the fun.
What's happening?
You know what's fun, DeMarco?
Breaking stuff.
My team.
Yeah?
3
Your team?
with a win over USA last night
Hey!
in a friendly.
Wow.
I think we didn't, well, we being the United States, we didn't send our guys. I have two we's in this. Like, as a citizen of the United States, it would be nice, but as an adopted fan of...
As a Mexican card owner.
Yes, I have a Mexican card. So we won last night, Jorge.
Yeah, you did.
Do we care?
Not really,
Okay,
because
we
they're
don't
both
care, DeMarco.
qualified.
Why?
I don't know.
Care?
Well, think
I
about
know.
this. These are supposed to be World Cup qualifying games.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're both qualified for the World Cup, then why the hell
Because
are
they're
you
going to be
playing?
hosting.
It's-
The hosts
yeah.
automatically get qualified.
But again, why have them play a game
So
against each other?
is the name
Like,
friendly just like preseason?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no stakes.
There's no stakes
None.
at it.
And I think sometimes they just leave their good guys at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if the Rams were playing a friendly, they'd say, Stafford, you stay home, and we're going to have this be a Jimmy G joint.
It's like when Arsenal and Manchester
Yeah.
City come
this
to the United
Yeah.
States, they don't bring any other guys, and they're all playing friendlies.
Can you work that into all sports? Like instead of saying preseason, let's just say
Well,
friendlies.
But here's the weird part about it.
Yeah.
And I don't, soccer, as far as I can tell, and I'm basically an expert,
yeah.
the season never ends. It just goes on and on and on.
When
and
he
on
said
and on.
World Cup qualifying, I'm like, wait, when's the World Cup?
Tomorrow, next
3
year,
years.
10 years, it's
2 years,
impossible to know.
2 years, 2026.
And they're qualifying now for the World Cup 2
They
years
have
from
to.
now.
They have to have those tournaments in order to see who qualifies.
There's no
to it.
season in soccer.
That's what I mean. It's just, but I
You have to
think
build your own rest in.
the friendly thing would be like if in week 7 of the NFL season,
Yes.
okay, the Rams played a friendly against the Dolphins for no reason. It didn't count. It just like,
Yeah.
we're just going to have a game. None of the guys are going to play, but we're going to do it.
There are no friendlies in football.
That's what
if
I'm
we're
saying.
out there, we're battling.
It's a weird deal.
Or
But we
start-
won.
the
it can
preseason.
start as a friendly. It's not going to end that way. No.
Well, like the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
When the fourth quarter would always kind of, at least back in the day, would turn into a real football game for about 15 minutes.
Well, there is money on the line.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 15 minutes I'll give you.
The first 3 quarters, like, whatever.
Go ahead.
Yeah, score. Go ahead. Didn't Kevin Gogan get kicked out of for fighting in a Pro Bowl?
Who fights at a Pro Bowl?
Kevin Gogan.
Come on, man. We're chilling.
Was it was him,
it's
right?
not Gatorade in my stomach right now.
Sean Taylor nearly decapitated the Buffalo punter one year.
Okay, so that was a sign of disrespect. You ran a fake.
Oh, is that what that
You
was?
ran a fake in the Pro Bowl?
All
okay,
right.
take one.
They got what they got.
Yeah, friendlies. I
All
like
right,
that.
So
Nice.
we're happy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We just
sure.
don't care.
Always happy on a win.
I need to know. I don't know my soccer
Wait.
etiquettes.
Wait, did
don't
we
care.
win?
I'm a
Who
Mexican
won?
fan.
You're a Mexican.
Yes.
So we lost.
You lost. I won.
You won. Okay. I got it now, I think.
But it's all a friendly, and it doesn't
It's
matter.
all a
Right.
friendly. Okay.
Right. I'm happy, except for it doesn't matter, and I don't know. I saw I was watching TV last night, and all of a sudden, pregame show, because I watched the baseball on TBS, and I think the soccer was on TNT. And so they kept running like pregame show for USA Mexico. I'm like, in what? Like
Wow.
what are they doing? Why
Yeah.
are they? And it was on late, and it was very confusing.
Where did they play the game?
In Guadalajara, in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Okay.
think it's one of those fields that's going to host.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so,
well,
I mean,
congratulations to us.
But there was a health scare
Them?
yesterday.
You.
Yeah, me.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so there was a health scare. The coach apparently fainted.
Oh,
quote unquote,
no.
Fainted. And then he ended up in the hospital. So the other reporters see him coming out of the hospital. They're like, yo, what's the word? And he's like, no. Listen, one of my good friends is a doctor. And he's been bugging me to come and check out his facilities and this, and this. So while I was here, I said, you know what? I've been having some back issues. Check my back. This, and this, but there's nothing. He's like, yeah, but there's reports that you fainted. Yeah, there's always reports about me doing stuff. Don't, just don't.
So he didn't faint?
He's 2-0 against fainting.
I was just going to say him. He's Harbaughing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aguirre is Harbaughing.
Wow.
Or maybe Harbaugh's Aguirreing. I don't know who did it first.
I like
but
that.
Big time.
Yeah. How you feeling, DeMarco?
Good, man. Excited. Yes,
About?
sir. Today, the Dodgers.
Okay.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah, I am.
Are you really excited?
Yeah, I am. I'm optimistic.
You don't look excited.
No, I'm excited. It's a ways away. We got 3 + 5. Got 8 hours, so we got a little time.
I'm geeked.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Baseball's weird. I keep reminding myself of that. That just when you think okay, I think this is going to happen. That's the thing that never happens. But I'm optimistic. They have a pitcher that has been pitching well lately going tonight. I think that there's a little connectivity there. I think Shohei has to break out before too long.
He's going to.
He's too good of a player.
Are you worried Teoscar, Flaherty, and Stone are all hungover from their birthday celebration yesterday?
I'm sure they got that out of their system. Yeah, I'm sure.
How do you get it out of your system?
Well, I mean, you don't
And
throw the
literal
bottle
IV.
too far over the fence. But I'm sure you acknowledge you have fun, but you got to be professional.
Okay. Then in other words, they took it easy.
Yeah, but you got to have fun. You got to celebrate it. You can't ignore that stuff because it's all about the journey. But you got to be professional. It's birthdays in New York. We can go out. We can kick it. Go back to your room.
Where do we go? It's my birthday in New York. Where are you taking me?
Carbone.
What's the restaurant in New York?
Well, Carbone
Chili's?
is the Italian restaurant in New York. That's great.
That's heavy Italian food. I was thinking steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well-
Steakhouse, little private room in the back.
Okay.
Get some
TGI
private
Fridays.
reserve. Yeah, no, not Fridays.
Outback.
Yeah. Where everybody wear a suit, be nice, take pictures.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, so this is something that we can do in front of people. We don't
Yes.
need to
Or
worry.
Nobu in New York.
Come on,
There you go.
it's never gonna get any better than this.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
pull up, you got the limos, you
Who
got
pays?
people out.
It was
Shohei.
Stone Hernandez.
No.
Who was the other one?
Shohei.
Stone Hernandez and Flaherty.
Flaherty.
And, Teoscar Hernandez. not Kike.
Shohei pays for everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that the
send
rule?
the bill to Shohei.
I mean, that's mostly deferred money, DeMarco.
Send the bill
He's
to
barely,
Shohei.
he's barely getting by.
He's
only getting $2 million a year from the Dodgers.
don't
and
care.
God knows how much from New Balance and the headphones.
Then call
and
eBay and get a
and
loan.
the
everything in
lotions.
Japan.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok of somebody going and visiting Japan, and they didn't know baseball at all. So they're just walking around Japan. It's like, who is this guy? And he's literally on every billboard, and it's Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just hit me. All 4 teams are in New York right now.
This is
yeah.
All 4 of them are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's you got to go and enjoy this, but don't be stupid about it. I'm sure one of them did.
Hopefully,
every
it was,
team. Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Like Landon Knack can go get turned up. That's fine.
Right.
He's
strategic.
He's not going to factor into tonight's.
And
and he needs a
festivities.
drink. Go ahead,
Yeah,
have
he needs
another.
to
Let me buy
try
you
to
some.
forget about what's going on.
There you go.
No, I think that the Ohtani thing to me is terribly overblown. They said they're not going to tinker with the lineup, which fine. If they did tinker with it, also fine. I don't think that there's one.
What's the overblown part?
Why can't he get a hit with nobody on base?
Oh.
Is the pressure getting to him? Is Ohtani not performing in the playoffs because of X,
feeling
Y, Z?
pressure?
That is the dumbest thing. Like, and a lot of people who I respect were writing and talking about this. It's like, guys, come on, you're asking me to do something that is clearly not true. To believe that this man is susceptible to pressure, he's not.
External pressure.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to get to him. Maybe internal pressure. Everybody has a desire to perform, and he is the guy, and he wants to be that guy. And when it's not working, you might get a little frustrated.
This idea that there are a lot of eyes on him in the playoffs and that he's pressing too hard, because
That I don't believe.
Think about
No.
this.
Yeah.
He has been, if not the most famous athlete, one of the most famous athletes in his home country since he was in high school. Okay, high school baseball in Japan is a massive deal.
Yeah.
It is a really, really big deal. Think of it like college basketball here. Like if you are a star in high school, you're well known.
Texas high school football.
There you go.
Yeah.
He goes to the Japanese league and dominates. Everybody's paying attention to him. He comes to the American major leagues and is compared to Babe Ruth every day of his life.
Yes.
And dominates. He signs a $700 million contract and dominates. He's embroiled in a gambling thing.
That's like saying Roger Federer feels
That's
pressure.
what I mean.
Yeah, these guys, they're different. They don't feel that type of pressure, but there is some internal. You want to be that guy when it's not working, and I can't figure it out. And I was going to ask you, maybe you, Darvish, screwed him up a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Well,
and trying to find that stroke, trying to find that comfortability again, that could be some pressure.
Maybe it isn't pressure in terms of he's nervous getting up there. This is his first postseason, so maybe he's not used to the type of pitching he's going to face every single inning in the postseason. So maybe that has something to do with it.
I think we're assigning too much credit to too many different people about things. The pitching is basically the same that you're going to get during the regular season. Maybe you get one less bad reliever that you get to face. You face some better pitchers, but they're attacking him the same way, right? They're trying to get him out away. They're trying to get him out up. I think he's opened up a little bit. I think that he's not pressing because of pressure, but pressing, and I'm trying to get something started here, and he's expanded a little bit. And I think that kind of goes back to what you were talking about, which is he's created maybe some very small bad habits that have kind of worked their way into his swing. But because he's so good, because he's so talented, they're not going to be there for long. Like think about when we talked. There were a couple of occasions.
He's not immune to the yips.
No,
but he's going to settle down
to take
sooner
a bad
than most.
swing here and there.
No
he's
doubt.
going to get back to normal.
Absolutely.
Did you watch Yankees at all last night?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw the same thing you saw. What a monster shot!
So Judge finally hits one.
Yes,
and it was right off the bat. I thought it was going to be halfway up the scoreboard.
Yeah,
it was, but it was comfortably out to right center field, just to the right of dead center field. And as Judge is coming around second base, you could see the relief on his face. It's Aaron Judge. He's the second best baseball player in the world behind Ohtani.
Yes.
He's massively relieved to have finally contributed to his team to hit that, was it 66 at-bats or whatever it was. And you could see the relief on his face. I think that Shohei is going through something less severe, but similar.
What did you think after that? What did we say about Judge now?
Look out.
That's what I'm saying. So it's going to click for Shohei. It's going to probably click tonight. I have no doubts. Or the pressure getting to Shohei, no, that's false. But the desire to be that guy and to perform for your team, that is definitely there for him.
I've never been
to be the guy for your own guys, not the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's different than
No, the
pressure
pat me on the butt thing. Remember, Shohei pats everybody on the butt.
Yeah,
make sure I get one too.
Yeah,
I mean he's that guy. I want to perform for my dudes. That pressure is universal.
I want to win the game.
Yes,
I want to be the reason we win the game, and not in a selfish way. But it's no secret he's their best player.
Yeah,
I would like to contribute to this.
I
would like to be a part of this. I think that we can talk about this coming up next. There is a silver lining to him struggling the way that he has so far. You got to squint to see it, but it's there. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Happy for us.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Performance on the field, but off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Oral, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Travis Rogers here for my friends at Mike Thompson's RV. It's time to get out and get dirty. Toy Hauler RV season is officially open. Bring your toys along for less now through October 20th at your Toy Hauler headquarters, Mike Thompson's RV. They have revved up discounts across a huge inventory of top-selling brands, dozens of floor plans to choose from. They're making it easy, so pack your toys and go full throttle with special pricing on all trailers and motorhomes in stock. Race on in today. These deals won't last. In-store and online, MikeThompson.com.
Great game. You got into the end zone again and again. How'd it feel?
Awesome. Like getting a new iPhone again and again. I just got the new iPhone 16 Pro today.
Really?
Yeah. And with AT&T Next Up Anytime, I can upgrade early every year.
Very nice.
Feel like an MVP again. Learn how to get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us and the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Offer subject to change. Additional fees, terms, and restrictions apply. $0 offer may not be available on future iPhones. Next Up Anytime feature may be discontinued at any time. See att.com/iPhone for details.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. You can go farther and save on full synthetic with our oil change special. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic with an STP Extended Life oil filter for just $35.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Start with that.
I'm going to finish that with you in a minute, but I gotta do a couple of things.
You guys got to hear this. Okay.
I want to remind everybody that ESPN LA and Call Jacob are giving away 2 pairs of tickets to LAFC this Saturday against San Jose to 2 lucky fans. Plus, it's your chance to meet Jacob at FanFest before the match, but you got to listen to Game of Games today with Mason in Ireland at 2:45. Jacob's going to come into play and give away the tickets on 710 ESPN, so you got a chance to go see. Jorge, you were saying it's the last home match?
I believe so, yes, before the playoffs.
Okay. So you got a chance to go see that. Can I tell you something without you promise that you're not going to take offense to this?
You're going to explain to me what you were talking.
That's later. We'll do that later.
Everything I had to say to you is just gone.
Okay.
You just can't
you want
leave
that
me
one
like,
first?
You can't leave me like
enough.
this.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
listen to this. Go ahead.
So I told DeMarco when he came back in here, I had another dream last night that it was very vivid, and I can remember a lot of pieces of it.
I'm in it, which gets my yes.
The gist of it is the two of us, DeMarco and myself, were we were kind of racing to catch a bus. And the bus left without us, but we were kind of chasing. We catch the bus, and we get on the bus, and the bus is taking us to the launch of a rocket where he and I are going to go into outer space together with others. It's like a bus, but a space bus.
There's more people.
There's more people on the bus.
I see. You left that part
and
out.
So,
okay.
but you and I, we're putting on the spacesuits. Think Apollo 11. It was
space gear.
Apollo 13, I should say. The white astronaut suits with the big glass dome helmet. And I keep turning to you. I'm like, dude, this does not feel good. This feels unsafe. We should not be doing this. And you kept telling me, Travis, it's going to be fine. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. And I was terrified to go into space with you.
You and me going into space. Anybody got a meaning, searching for a meaning? The radio show, maybe? We're going in the space every
you're,
day.
Maybe you're putting yourself out, doing something that's risky or something, and then you have to trust DeMarco that he's not going to.
I do trust DeMarco.
I know.
I'm not flying the ship though.
No, but we were like passengers.
We're passengers.
But we were going to get launched out individually
into space.
Yes.
Oh, individually into space.
We were going to go up in the rocket, and then the rocket was going to send us out individually to float around, and then we were going to find our way back.
Yeah, we need to talk about this a little bit more. Yeah.
What do you think it means?
I have no idea. I'm confused. I'm halfway between this is cool. We're going to space, and wait a minute. Hold on now.
How do you get
What's
back?
the hold on now
right,
part?
see?
Well, it's a dream. None of it makes sense.
Of course.
At first, we're astronauts. Now there's other people. Then we separate once we get into space.
And we had to catch the bus, and the bus had a Dodger logo.
See,
swear to God, this is all
the bus had a Dodger logo?
on the window, not on the side. On the window, there were different logos all over the bus, and you and I were assigned the Dodger seating part.
If anybody has an idea of what this dream means, please let us know.
I never remember my dreams, only I'm remembering them rather vividly
What
now.
did you eat before bed?
Nothing.
Pizza?
No.
No?
I actually had a very good night eating. I had an arugula salad with salmon.
Maybe it was the salmon then.
No,
I mean,
I'm not
dream
sick.
because you woke up in the middle of it. So a lot of times, I think we remember our dreams. I think I read this somewhere where it's like you're not when your alarm goes off or whatever, you're not fully out of REM, and so it.
No, so okay. So I hear what
yeah.
you're saying. I woke up from this dream. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and maybe I hadn't fallen deep asleep.
I think
by
that's
this
what
point.
it is. If you're not fully, if you don't remember your dreams, if you sleep properly and you're not woken up in the middle of whatever, but if you're woken up in the middle of the night or your alarm goes off in the middle of a certain level of sleep, is when you remember.
Interesting.
Your dreams.
You want to go to space?
I do. I'm always kind of in space though. Yeah, I mean we all are when you think about it.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
No, we're good. But the panic bus, I think that might be it. The Dodger panic bus.
The bus was running well.
Yeah, but it's
but
still
we
the
just
panic
weren't
bus
on it.
is warmed up. And getting back onto the subject, do you give Dave Roberts any credit for how he set this up in New York?
Stop. You got to.
No.
You got to.
No, how he set this up in New York.
What do
When
you
you
mean?
think about, or just forget Dave Roberts,
Okay.
the way the Dodgers set this thing up.
With their pitching, you mean?
Basically, kind of giving away game 2 to set this up in New York.
I'm glad you brought that up because I don't think they did give it up. I think they had kind of a plan A and a plan B, depending on whether or not they got the lead. And when they didn't get the lead right away, when Lindor hit the home run in the first inning, and then they got a second one, and I guess the question is, you could have gone to get Knack before the grand slam. You could have gone to a high leverage guy there, and they didn't. I don't think they gave it away. I think it got away before they had a chance to really make a big decision. It was the second inning when that thing happened.
So not to go all in to get game 2 here is
Yeah.
a better way of saying it.
I think
do
that's
like
a better
that
way
strategy,
of saying it.
the long game. For
It's a
setting
long
up for 3
series,
games,
man.
Yeah,
It's a long series, and to burn through guys and to give extra looks to guys and to try to find a way to get through at that point would have been 8+ innings.
Yeah.
With your bullpen again.
Yes.
That seems like you're asking a lot.
See, you're already in space. You're choking over there. See, put your oxygen back on. You know what I would love to see? It will never happen. This would be the greatest thing of all time if Andrew Friedman said, "You know what? That was all Dave." Like if it works out.
Well, that's what he always says. It's just nobody believes it.
I mean, like if it works out and you beat the Mets 3 straight times and you come back home as
that's what he will say, and
it's
no
all
one
Dave.
will believe it.
I mean, my God, I'm trying to help the dude, and
Yeah.
still he can't get any.
Look,
yeah.
I think he's good at what they ask him to do. I think
Yeah.
he's good at making sure that everybody understands their role. I think he's good about instilling a culture that is workable and professional and seems to be relatively conflict free. You got a lot of very big stars in that locker room.
No
You get a lot-
doubt.
and there doesn't
lot of
seem to
egos.
be a lot of egos.
Yeah.
Sure, of course. A lot of money, a lot of egos. Those things come together. And the Dodgers run pretty quietly. And I mean that as a compliment. Like
Very
there's
professional.
not a lot
Yeah.
of noise coming out of there. But when it comes to this guy goes here, that guy goes there, you cannot convince me that he's the architect of that.
What if he's
you just
emphatic?
can't do
You know
it.
what? I tried to talk Dave out of this, and I even got mad at him, but he insisted on doing it his way. And you know what? He's
That
right,
would be
and it worked.
that would be a change. But
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I hope you give Dave his flowers at some point.
it's not me, DeMarco.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Well, you as Dodger fan,
the people,
the Dodger bus people.
the people that I trust that tell me things.
Yeah.
I'm not. This isn't my opinion.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
I know.
This is.
I'm talking
what's
to you, but I'm
happening.
talking to them. And
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I do think they're set up pretty well. You've got you only have 3 starting pitchers, and you got them in these 3 games in a hostile environment. I think your guy best suited for a hostile environment is pitching tonight.
Correct.
I think that Walker Buehler runs hot, which is good. He's competitive, which is good. He's not going to be consumed by the energy in Citi Field tonight, which I expect to be
fueled by it. I'm sure it's going to be a madhouse.
It'll be wild, and I think you're right. I think he will be fueled by it. He's pitched a lot better. I was reading something this morning where they kind of tinkered with his maybe what's the opposite of tinker? Basically, they said
tanker. I don't know.
They tankered with him. they tankered with him a little bit, and basically said, "Stop messing around with your mechanics. Throw this pitch and throw this pitch and just attack." And since then, when he stopped kind of tinkering with his stuff, he's been much better. His last 3 starts, he's been somewhere between really good and pretty good, which prior to that was somewhere between bad to awful.
I would love to see lights out. I mean, I would love to see lights out. That would be awesome. With a good healthy dose of bats.
I will take above average. I think if you get above average, I think you win the game.
Above average.
Yeah, I think if he
with
gives
the Mets
you
coming home.
I think if he gives you 5 innings and a run or 2, I would sign up for that right now because I think the Dodgers are going to score.
Yes.
I think they're going to hit. I think they're going to find runs, and I have a good deal of faith in their bullpen right now.
So he goes, that's the best of all possible worlds.
Yeah.
If you have to go get him, what's your next option?
What's the score?
Let's say it's close, 3-2.
Okay, then you're going.
He just gave up the third.
High leverage guys right away.
Okay,
high leverage. If it's 3-2 in the 3rd inning, and you're like, okay, we got to shut this down right now. You're immediately in
anything ahead. Guys. What if you're up 5-0?
Then you probably go to somebody that's a Bonda kind of situation, like somebody that's not your absolute best, but still pretty darn good. Like here are the guys that it's not going to be: Henriquez,
right?
Knack, or Kasperius. Those are the 3 guys it's not going to be. The other guys, okay, fine. We'll figure it
Makes
out.
Makes sense. Okay.
Tankered.
Tanker, yes. Don't tanker with my
stuff.
Did
anybody say to tanker with your technique on the defensive line?
I just made that up on the fly. I was going to say tinkle, but that might be bad.
I think the silver lining that we were talking about.
Yeah.
The Dodgers beat San Diego and are in a pretty good position going into Game 3 here without Shohei Ohtani being great. That you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like it would be like the Rams advancing
without LeBron.
to the NFC Championship game, and Matthew Stafford hasn't played well.
That would be awesome.
It's like, okay, we did that without our best guy. The best guy is going to show up eventually. Matthew Stafford's going to have a great game eventually. Shohei Ohtani is going to have a big game eventually. That we can continue to find a way through it without our best guy, I think is oddly encouraging.
No doubt. And not just him. Needs some Mookie, too. Got to have some Mookie.
He's been good.
Yes. Just your 0 for 19.
Yeah.
I know it's over, it's done with, but I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Until you show me something else, that's all I got.
He did. Oh, you're talking about Show?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Mookie.
No.
This is so unsatisfying. It is so unsatisfying. This happens all the time. And it just happens in the middle of 700 plate appearances that you just kind of lose track of it.
Yeah.
But because every at-bat, every pitch, everything is magnified, he's getting hits. He's just getting hits when there are guys on base. And that Dave was talking about this earlier. I thought it was a great point. Early in the season, you know what it was? Why can't he get hits with guys on base? He only gets hits when there's nobody on.
I do remember talking
And
about that.
so we've just flip-flopped it. It's baseball. It's the stupidest sport there is. This is why I love it as much as I do, because you have no idea what's coming next. You have no idea what's coming next.
Doesn't it mean more if you do it there?
No, it means
Really?
the same either place.
Doing it in New York, conquering New York, king of New York.
If it's the
East
Yankees,
Coast,
I could maybe entertain the idea.
Mets are Yankees adjacent.
No, they're not.
I mean,
Stop.
They're in New York.
Look, because you know why
Chris
that's
Rock's
crazy?
going to be there.
Yeah.
There's going to be celebrities there.
They have fans.
They
I'm not
do.
saying they don't,
Yeah.
but that's like saying the Clippers and Lakers are adjacent.
Not even
that's
close.
like saying
I got
the
you.
Angels and
That's-
Dodgers, Chargers and Rams.
Come on.
They're not.
Which way you mean that, 49er?
Well, I mean, just
Which way do you mean that?
There's A's and B's in the
exactly.
world.
Which one's the A with that? Hold on. You tell which one's
San
the A?
Francisco's the A.
See, here we go again. We're going to war.
There's nobody, even
Yeah.
the Chargers would not argue that they're the A. Nobody.
Some might.
No.
Harbaugh might. Harbaugh's nuts.
Harbaugh's nuts.
Harbaugh's nuts, and he might.
Every
He'd
city
lose.
that has two.
Yeah.
Cubs or White Sox? Who's the A?
It's the Cubs.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Right?
I know. New York is
San
all about
Francisco,
the Yankees.
the Bay Area. The Giants are the A's. Who's the A?
I can't stand the Giants. Even if they were the team, I can't stand the Giants.
But they're the A, and you know it the same way that I know
I will
it.
never say that. You will never get me to say that.
You might not say it, but I know you know it because I see the look on your face, and you know it's true.
It's on the uniform. It says A.
Yeah,
the
right.
A's.
S for Sacramento.
The only thing that
coming
changed was Oakland.
The whole point is everybody, the Mets are the B.
Oh, no, but it's still New York. It's still Gotham. To go there and do, I mean, if you
beat the Angels, do you feel like you beat Los Angeles?
No, but that's different. But, I mean, it's still New York.
I just wanted to dump on the Angels again.
Of course.
That's the only reason I brought that up. That's the thing I wanted to do there.
Leave Mike Trout alone.
I got a question. I love Mike Trout. I just wish that he played in games and in important games.
What a waste.
He's been healthy in 5 years. It's no good.
Wow.
Little college football next. I was thinking about something this morning. I know everybody's getting rich, but I wonder if there aren't some regrets going on. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about Next Gen, the official AC heating and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. I've had them out to my house for two different things, for air conditioning and for water heater. And this is what they do at Next Gen. They make sure that your home is just absolutely taken care of, right? Total home comfort. And right now, they're really hooking you up because they are giving you year-round coverage for just $14.99 a month. That is covering comprehensive plumbing, heating, and AC solutions, plus the peace of mind of knowing that if something does happen, they're going to be there in 2 hours. 2-hour priority service appointments. Have you ever picked up the phone and tried to get somebody to come out and look at your AC? Have somebody come out and look at your furnace? Yeah, we'll be there in 3 Wednesdays. Good luck. Not at NextGen. A 2-hour priority service if you are a part of it. Complimentary multi-point heating and cooling tune-ups, plumbing and safety inspections. As I mentioned, that VIP guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointment and member-exclusive savings. But you got to sign up. 833-3-NEXTGEN. 833-3-NEXGEN. Sign up and become a NextGen VIP. Visit nextgenairandplumbing.com for more information as well.
The regular season finale is here for the Black and Gold, and there's nothing like Decision Day.
Jump for LA Football Club on A!
The top spot in the West is still up for grabs as LAFC welcomes San Jose to BMO Stadium this Saturday.
The Black and Gold are still alive in the West!
The Black and Gold go for their 6th straight win before hitting the playoffs. LAFC versus San Jose, Saturday after USC football on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, what up? It's Matt Barnes here. If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law.
For me, it's about getting the top result and the top value for your claim. Even if you didn't have insurance during the accident, Uncle Artie will still help you. I'm sure a lot of you out there got turned back from attorneys when you said, I don't have insurance. Well, guess what? Uncle Artie can still help you. It does not matter. Give us a call. You have nothing to lose. We take the case on a contingency. You don't pay up front.
Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you, so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Pernia Law family provide peace of mind, so you can focus on your recovery.
Trust us, trust Uncle.
When you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law, 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
The countdown to tip-off is on, and George Chevrolet wants to get you in the game with unbeatable offers on a new Chevy. That's right, George Chevrolet, your 6-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, is playing to win with big discounts and season-high savings on new models like the redesigned Chevy Traverse, the fuel-efficient Chevy Trax, and the all-electric duo, the Chevy Blazer EV and Equinox EV, and many more. Visit George Chevrolet in Bellflower off the 91 Freeway Lakewood exit or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Tuesdays, Lakers opening night, and we'll be celebrating all afternoon at Cosm, right next to SoFi. Come hang with Mason in Ireland and Sedano and Cap. They'll both be broadcasting live from noon until 5:30. Plus, you can win special passes to experience NBA opening night in shared reality at Cosm. And, of course, we will have purple and gold tickets at Crypto.com to give away every hour to fans in attendance. So make your plans to be with us on Tuesday at Cosm to get ready for opening night on 710 ESPN.
I had a blast at Cosm.
I haven't been yet.
It's so much fun.
Is it cool?
The
What
only
did you
thing
see?
that sucked about it for me was we were watching USC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was around a bunch of SC
Who were they
fans.
playing?
What game
Was it this
that?
season?
Yes, it was this season. I don't remember who they were playing. It was
Minnesota,
a big game.
Michigan,
Nope.
Wisconsin.
Nope.
LSU.
It was LSU.
Okay.
It was LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. They took a bunch of us there. Went with the sales guys. Could not tell where Cosm ended and where the field began. I felt like I was really
cool.
in the stadium. It was awesome. And the food was good.
There you go.
The only problem was I
What'd
was
you
around
get?
a bunch of Trojan fans. Yeah.
What'd you get to eat?
They had these chips and salsa that came out. That's what I could eat. Everyone else had these chicken wings and all this food, and it just smelled so good.
Is it hard not to go back to the chicken wings when you see them?
Nah, super simple. I just went nuts on beer. Yeah, bring me another one. Bring me another one. But fun. If you haven't
That
gone,
makes me want to eat the chicken wings even more.
check this out. Yeah, it's so much fun. Yes, that was the only deal. I was the only guy wearing purple. It's all good.
Purple he could have fit in for the LSU people.
My purple. Yeah, W's made that. Yes.
So, okay, with that in mind, with the W, the Washington W, the Pac-12, Pac-10 back in your time, you think SC regrets doing what they did? Because SC, the reason that SC, Oregon, Washington, and UCLA are in the Big Ten is because of SC. They were the crown jewel that got pulled out. They said yes. UCLA kind of had to go with them, or SC wasn't going to go without them. So
yeah.
Oregon and Washington probably don't have the media markets to support a major conference on their own. They need Los Angeles to come along with that. So once SC went, Oregon was likely to go. Washington was likely to go.
Along with my Trojan disgust, I have a healthy respect.
Yeah.
The Pac-10
You think they regret it?
Nah, I don't think they regret it. They're making money. It is the Big Ten. You're going to be making more money.
They are.
Your brand is going to grow, and they're going to get better. You should not be 3-3.
Okay, so
they're going to get better. I don't think they regret the choice to go to the Big Ten.
I want to talk about something. You just said their brand is going to grow. SC's brand is pretty damn strong.
It is.
You could put that.
But how far do you think it goes?
I think it goes across the country.
You think it goes as far as Notre Dame?
I think it's similar to Notre Dame, yes.
Right, but Notre Dame is everywhere. So there's a part
I think SC's everywhere.
I think there's a part where SC might stop, especially when you get to the South.
Maybe in the South.
I think they still respect it, though.
I
still
think
are aware.
They know, but I mean, it's
SC
not like here. It's not like going to Texas. It's not like Notre Dame where
but
SC
if you
is
walk
your
in
big
with
rival.
an SC sweatshirt, no one's saying, what is that?
To where?
To anywhere.
If you walk into, let's say, the state of Georgia.
Sure.
In Bulldog country.
Sure.
And they say.
They know that.
I know SC,
yeah,
but it's not the same respect that we give it.
They might not understand it the way, but it
Yeah.
isn't showing up with a Cal sweatshirt. You know what I mean?
Everybody knows Cal too.
They know it, but they don't have the same associate. SC is a football school. They have a long tradition of being good at football, putting guys into the NFL, of doing those sorts of
they
things.
They still had as much trouble as anybody else from the West Coast in the old system because we're on the
I get
left
that,
coast.
but they were the ones that had the least amount of problems. There were problems, but they had the fewest.
Guaranteed.
Their brand brand recognition is strong across. I understand they're making more money.
Yeah.
They're also in 15th place. I get that will change because sports you just don't stay where you are. It changes. But their basketball team is likely to get run over. All of a sudden, you're sending tennis and baseball and softball and swim teams to Rutgers and Maryland and West Lafayette, Indiana, and you're all over the place. I get that there's money flowing, but when you look at it and you just kind of see that you're just one of many as opposed to you are the king. I wonder if there isn't the economic regrets. I have no argument for that. Yes,
for this year,
they are going to make the money.
And I have no doubts that SC is going to ascend to the top of the Big Ten at some point. It's inevitable. They're USC. You're going to recruit over this. You know this, right? They're going to get better at football.
They'll get better. I agree
whether
with
Lincoln
that.
Riley's going to be here coaching, I'm not sure. But USC will get better at Big Ten football sooner than later.
Better, yes, but there's a seat better in the Pac-12 meant you're the best team in the Pac-12.
Correct.
Right? That can you be better than Oregon? Yes. Can you be better than Washington? Yes. Will you knock it back and forth among those? Yes. Can you get better than Oregon now? Can you get better than Ohio State now?
I think they can get better than Oregon. They're still going to be in the mix. Like if SC was good, they're at the top of the Pac-10, Pac-12. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
In the Big Ten, you're always going to have Ohio State.
And Michigan and Penn State.
You're always going to be in that mix, but you'll ascend to the top of the conference at some point. It's inevitable.
Yes, because everybody does occasionally, but I wonder if they can plant their flag there the way they could here, to where to do what Ohio State and Michigan have done there. Can they do that there?
I do, because you're going to be recruiting from you're already recruiting from the same field as everyone else, or going to the same states trying to recruit kids. But now those kids that have a choice between Ohio State and Michigan and SC, and you're playing in the Big Ten now, and they come out here on recruiting trips, wait a minute, I don't have to stay in the cold. I don't have to play at Wisconsin anymore as an offensive guard. You will start to recruit more of those guys coming this way. Think about it. When it's cold out east and you've got a college game out west, they pack the house out here. They can't wait to get out of that cold weather. That stuff will factor into recruiting at some point.
You're still going to have to go play in the cold weather.
You are, but you're going to get some of those kids.
Yeah, you might get, I don't know.
Just like all of a sudden, remember Alabama wasn't Alabama until they were always great.
Sure.
But there was a time when they weren't. And then Nick Saban came in, and all the best kids were going to him. All the best kids were going to SC at one point.
That's what I think they were hoping for with Lincoln Riley. Not that Riley is Saban, because nobody's Saban. Saban's one of one. But we finally got the coach. Now everybody's going to start coming here. Where are they?
They had a Heisman. They had a quarterback.
Well, they did, but he pulled him with him from the other school.
I never thought of him as a master recruiter. I thought of him as a quarterback whisperer.
Okay.
Do you think they would have gotten these recruits if they had Clay Helton still here?
I don't know. I know they're
Definitely
in 15th place. I know they were in the middle of the pack last year. My point is that this is year 3, and it's not like they're loaded. They don't have a roster full of first-round picks the way Ohio State does, the way that Alabama does, the way that Georgia does. They don't have that.
I think you need a serious recruiting pipeline. And you may even, like I said, I'm not even sure if Lincoln Riley is going to be here for the long run, and I'm not calling for the guy's job. But at some point, you may even pull a coach from the Big Ten because he knows the conference. One of those old school Big Ten guys. That's a coordinator.
That's what
Urban Meyer.
That's kind of what
I always said, or Urban Meyer, but you know what you're getting with Urban Meyer.
Okay, so the Urban Meyer thing I think is fact. If they were going to do that, wouldn't they have done that? Because he's sitting right here. He's doing the fight. Like, he's available. He's still a relative.
I think when they took Lincoln Riley, he had too much stink on him from the Jaguars.
Is he clear of all stuff?
No, the
Urban
show.
Meyer?
I think so.
I know he's doing a podcast, and
he does TV.
He does TV, so he might be clear of everything. If he's available, and you want to win,
he's been available, and they have.
Well, you got Lincoln Riley.
Looked elsewhere.
You got Lincoln Riley, but I'm still not off the Lincoln Riley boat just yet.
I am not either. I just don't know if they didn't step into a pool that they're not capable of. Not that they won't pop up occasionally. When they got it rolling, on the Pac-12, it stayed rolling for a long time.
But don't you think you can get it rolling in the Big Ten when you have all this money coming in? You have all these.
I don't.
Nothing in my
past. There's too much traffic on the road in that league.
But nothing in my past with SC. When they get it going, it's nothing that says that they can't keep it going. They had it when I was in college. They had it under Pete Carroll. They can get it going again and sustain it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's 20 years ago.
Well, but when he
It's
had
a
it
long
rolling,
time.
When he had it rolling, they kept it rolling.
I get it, but they've had a lot of guys since then. No one has figured it out. No one has been able to kind of get those players. They have good players, but you look at Ohio State's roster, you look at Alabama's roster, you look at Georgia's roster, you look at these teams, Texas's first rounders, and that's when SC was rolling. They're not getting the guys because the shine has come off of that to a great degree.
That's what I don't think it's an offensive strategist that you needed. You need a guy with a strong recruiting base that you can pull those athletes in and keep them there.
And I think it's even more difficult than it was in the past to know who's good at recruiting in this day and age. Because I think, okay, maybe you go for Urban Meyer, but he hasn't recruited in this version of NIL with this version of college athletes. He has been out of the college game for a couple of years now. And so it's a very different atmosphere. So it might be harder than ever to find the guy that works in this day and age. Dan Lanning seems like the perfect guy to recruit in this day and age of football. And they had to change their aspect of who they need to get.
They could be in the middle of the pack for a very long time in that league. I'm not seeing it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
They got money. Their golf team is probably flush with resources because they took all the Big Ten money. But look at what's going on. They do not look like they're up to speed in that league.
It's year one.
I know.
It's year one.
Lincoln Riley may not get year two.
They were in the middle of the pack in the Pac-12 last year.
This is true.
This is year one there, but
you got a Heisman out of it.
Okay. Yeah. I know. I just felt a little different.
Get a Heisman out of that.
Felt a little different. The Far Side's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
It's SUV month at Kia of Carson, and you can get sweet deals on the last of the 24 Tellurides and win a sweet night experience for you and 3 guests for just a test drive. Compliments of Kia of Carson and ESPN LA. We have great deals on our hybrids and plug-ins, as well as our all-electric models. So whether you decide to go with the Nero hybrid with an EPA estimated 53 mpg in the city or a rugged Telluride, we have the car and the deal for you all month at Kia of Carson. Visit KiaofCarson.com, or better yet, come test drive a new Kia for a chance to win a sweet experience.
Hey, Travis here. It's time to get out and get dirty. Toy Hauler RV season is officially open. Bring your toys along for less through October 20th at your Toy Hauler headquarters, Mike Thompson's RV. Revved up discounts across a huge inventory. Check this out today at MikeThompson.com. That's MikeThompson.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Hey, it's Mace. NBA basketball is 6 days away, and the best place to watch all the action is Cosm. It's revolutionary technology bringing the sports experience to life. Visit Cosm.com. Enjoy NBA action in shared reality all season long.
John Ireland here to tell you about my friends at Mirror Audio Video in Westwood. Listen, if you're thinking about upgrading your home or office with the best brands in the world, like Crestron, Nice, Lutron, or Control 4, it's got to be Mirror and no one else. Why? Because for more than 40 years, the biggest names in Hollywood, sports, and business have all trusted Mirror, and so should you. Want to learn more? Call 310-234-4010 or check them out at mirroraudiovideo.com today.
Hey, it's Mace. There's a lot on the line in this election, from protecting the Social Security you've earned to supporting family caregivers. And you have the power to make the candidates listen, because voters 50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
I have found it. Let's see. August 20th, 1994. It's Rams-Raiders preseason game.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to find this because it had
friendly?
me. Huh? Say again?
A friendly?
A friendly. This was not friendly. This turned into almost a Pier 6 brawl. Remember Vince Evans?
Oh yeah,
Vince
SC
Evans,
quarterback,
longtime Raiders quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, so I blasted him, and he got up, and he was so mad, and he was yelling at me, and it felt like my father was yelling at me. Like, what is wrong with you?
I'm tackling you, Vince.
I'm trying to make the team, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sir.
Yeah, sorry. It's Vince Evans. I know you.
Yeah.
I love you, but it's just one of those moments. So I keep telling you, I keep encouraging you to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know who that person is and what they may mean to you in your life as you go on, right?
Okay.
So funny story. So before this game, I was in a room with George Dyer, who was the Rams defensive coordinator. And he put me and Mark Boutte in the same room. Mark Boutte was a guy they drafted 2 years before, and he was in the second round.
Before you got there.
Before I got there. And he was he was a second rounder. They liked him.
Okay.
But he said, look, we can only keep one of you. I can't keep 5 tackles. So one of you guys has to go. I love you both.
Just between the two of you.
Between me and him. This never happened. George Dyer in his room. It's dark. This is the old reel-to-reel, film stuff.
Sure.
I like you both. I only have room for one. I'm going to let you guys figure it out. Whoever plays the best tomorrow stays on the football team. So I knew I'm not going home. I knew then I'm going to beat this guy out. But it was just weird. So I go into this game, and I have to play defense, and I'm balling. I'm going completely nuts. But I'm also an undrafted rookie free agent, which means I have to play special teams.
Right.
So I'm on the punt team.
Coverage or return?
Coverage
Okay.
and return.
Okay.
Kick. I'm doing all special teams.
Okay.
Because I'm in the mailroom. I got to make the team some way.
Okay.
So I'm on punt team. Never done punt team before in my life, right? This is
Never
one of
high
my
school, never
Never.
nothing.
Heck no. One of my first times ever. So I'm going off what the coach told me on the sideline. They had a guy named Albert Lewis who was his punt blocker. They said if you see him to your side, everybody go to Albert Lewis. So I said, there's Albert. The coach said, go to Albert. There's a guy lined up right in front of me. Now, coach said go here, but if I leave, he's going to block it. Long story short, did what coach says. Punt gets blocked.
Your guy.
My guy. The guy my guy was Albert. You told me to go to him.
Fair enough.
So the
okay.
guy that lined up over me is the guy that blocked the punt. Do you know who that guy turned out to be? Mike Jones.
No kidding.
Mike Jones, the guy who made the tackle in the Super Bowl. Yes, I told him, Mike, you almost got me fired. It's weird, right?
He was playing for the Raiders?
He was playing for the Raiders at the time.
No kidding.
He was an undrafted rookie free agent, making a position change from running back to linebacker.
No way.
That punt block saved his career.
And got you a ring on your hand.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's weird,
That's
right?
wild.
Strange. And I had to go back and look. He said, you don't remember that? I'm like, that was you? Yeah, dummy, that was me.
That's crazy.
Mike Jones blocked a punt on me, and it turned out he was the guy that made the game-saving tackle that brought the Rams, at the time, their only Lombardi championship.
Yeah.
How about that? Isn't that weird?
The universe is weird, DeMarco. The universe does weird stuff. Coach Dyer, is that who you said?
Coach George Dyer. I think he's still alive.
Did you like him?
Love Coach Dyer.
Okay, so I'm not trying to speak ill of Coach Dyer, but I have a question. How long had you been there?
I'm a rookie.
Okay,
yeah,
but how long? Weeks? Months?
About 2 months by then.
2 months. How long had the other guy been there?
June, July, August, yeah.
How long had the other guy been
2
there?
years.
2 years.
Yeah.
You're telling me that 2 years of information and 2 months of information is coming down to one game? I find that very hard to believe.
That's what I mean. I'm like, as soon as he said, once the politics were out the window, because this is after the combine.
He wanted to keep you.
This is after the draft.
Yeah.
This is when they weigh and measure. All the stuff you can't control, and they say you're too small, too this, too that.
Yeah.
Once it got down to me versus you, I got you. I am Seabiscuit. I will die before I let you win.
He liked you more. He liked you as a player more. He might have liked you as a guy more.
Do you know who didn't like me?
The other guy.
Chuck Knox.
Oh, what did you do? Chuck.
I was too small.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, he's too short. Mark Boutte is 340 pounds. We like him. He's like, no, this kid can play.
He's a better player.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
No, but that's the thing. The coach, what was his name?
George Dyer.
George Dyer was doing I'm cutting Boutte, but I'm going to make it sound like it's
exactly.
It's by a hair.
Maybe that was the business, but he told me the exact right thing. You and him, we're going.
You could have gone down there and fallen down on your face. You were making the team.
But I can't believe it was Mike Jones of all
crazy.
people who almost got me fired.
That's crazy. Yes. Where was Kevin Dyson in all of this?
I have no idea where Dyson is.
Probably, he was a Utah guy, wasn't he?
They still take it on the road, those two guys.
Do they really?
They do. They do autograph signings of that picture together.
Awesome.
I know. Isn't it crazy? Right. I'm like, it's good for you, Mike.
God bless America. right?
It's good for you. You made the tackle.
Yeah, like I always felt a little bit like Kevin Dyson didn't do anything wrong. He got tackled.
That's it.
Like Buckner and Mookie Wilson would also sign those pictures.
Yeah.
I always felt a little weird about that one. Because like Buckner blew it.
Same,
like,
right?
Dyson didn't blow it. Buckner just made
He did everything right. Mike just made a hell of a play. Crazy. So keep talking to folks, Emily. Jorge, you never know. That person could come around and be the most important person in your life.
I've gone back to my tight-lipped nods. They're polite, but they're. I've quite a walking etiquette question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I say this not to brag, of course, but nobody catches me, but I catch people. Okay?
Of course.
Yeah. So when I'm passing someone, what's the etiquette? Because we're going the same direction. So we're not like if we're walking towards one another, I have to acknowledge your presence if you do it to me.
Yes.
If you give me a little nod, I'm going to give you a hey,
when going by, do you say something?
But when I'm passing somebody and I'm going, like if it's a woman, I'm very loud as I approach her because I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to sneak up on her.
Yes.
So I'm stomping and clearing my throat. I'm doing all like, hey, I'm here. I want you to know I'm here.
Don't freak out.
I'm not coming to grab you.
You're good so far.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you pass that person, do I look to the side and say, yo, what's up? Do I pass them and give them the see ya, eat my dust deuces? What do I do?
I always acknowledge. I just look.
Okay.
Yeah, if they look back, I say hi. Yeah. If not, I keep moving.
This guy had a dog yesterday, and the dog was all over the place. Like, the dog was on the left, the right, the left, the right, behind.
On a leash?
Yeah, on a leash. But
you don't know which way to pass.
But the dog was taking this guy for the walk. The guy was not walking the dog. The dog was in charge of where they were going, and he was all over the path, and I couldn't figure out, do I pass on the right? Do I pass on the left? Because I couldn't tell if the dog was friendly or not.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure this thing out. And then he was kind of grumpy at me that I kind of like skirted by on the side.
You squeezed him a little bit.
No, he squeezed me.
Oh, he was mad that you passed him?
I don't know if he didn't see me coming and I maybe startled him or something like that. But he was grumpy about it because I did the, hey, have a nice day or whatever it is.
So you might have to get over your toes and just jog a little bit if the path allows it. But always say hello. Always say
Always?
hello. Always say hello. At least give them the opportunity
Or
to
look
say
at
hello.
your phone and ignore them.
I don't take my phone.
Oh, okay. Look
Yeah.
at your watch.
How do you not take a phone?
Look at your watch.
I take off my watch.
You have music when you go?
No.
You're dead silent when you go?
Occasionally I will listen to music, but I would say 80% of the time I have nothing.
Just you and nature.
Just the thoughts.
I like it.
DeMarco.
See, there you go.
Just the thoughts.
See?
All of them negative.
All of them negative.
First thing happened to me yesterday when I was swimming. My watch died, so it didn't record any of my stats.
It's like you didn't even go.
Exactly.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
Hate it.
It
It's
was
like, why
dying.
did I even bother?
I honestly was kind of close to the end of the workout, and I was like, "Oh no, it's dying!" And so it didn't record any of the workout.
Oh, you got to
So
stop it at that point.
I
and save it.
tried. Well, when you swim, you have to lock
you're
it.
right, yeah.
And I couldn't get out of it in enough time, and so it's all ruined. I didn't swim.
See, you're a very positive person. Emily and I think are more of the glass is half empty sort of folks. But like when every once in a while I'll forget to start it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, shouldn't even have gone. I should have sat home and ate ding dongs.
You know in here, though.
Like, but I don't. Like
Yeah.
the only thing I want is that stupid ring to close.
That's it?
the only
Oh,
motivation. I want
wow.
the ring to close.
You want your
It's okay.
award
I
at
like
the end of the
seeing the
month.
numbers.
Yeah, that's what it is. I want my award.
By the way, I got 4 more and I got to knock out and I get my
See?
little
There you
October
go.
All I
badge.
really care about is if I can beat my own PR in either calories or
Yep.
like whatever,
Yeah.
and try to test that because I was doing a different kind of workout yesterday, so I was trying to see if this kind of workout would burn more calories. It was more of a sprint, less endurance.
Okay.
And that's why I was mad. I was like, dang it.
Do you get the little badge? How great
What?
is the little iPhone badge?
Well,
You
it's why
spin it.
he's cheating and saying he's running instead of walking.
No, stop.
I don't go for an iPhone badge.
You don't get
No,
these?
no. I just count the miles and calories.
I do that too.
Yeah.
But you get these, and when you hit the goal, it lights up.
Oh,
It's
really?
it's very
I didn't know
exciting.
that. See, that's something I want now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. See, hold on. Let's go here.
I'm trying to make this thing work on a treadmill.
It'll work.
Because treadmill days, it doesn't count my steps.
Why?
The phone has to move.
No, you can be on a treadmill. You have a different thing.
There's
you
a
set
setting
up.
for treadmill?
Yes.
Oh, see, I've wasted
And
some
you'll
days.
see
We're
then.
going to
Indoor
get you your
run.
treadmill
Thank
steps,
you.
and you're going to start loading up badges.
Thank you very much.
And then
See?
you'll be like, I shouldn't even have gone today. I didn't get my
More
badge
motivation.
credit. Rams, Raiders on Sunday, and it's the first fork on a road that has a lot of forks. It's basically like a restaurant. Lots of forks coming up. That's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Perennial Law, here to tell you about a newer sponsorship deal with
Party
Matt.
and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park, party, and play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
$710 ESPN.
KSPN Los Angeles. A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So have you been silently processing what it feels like for you, DeMarco Farr, to have been a starring character in one of my recent dreams?
A little bit. I'm starting
How's
to
it
get
make
it,
you
though.
feel?
We're out in the space that could be like us on air. We get dressed pregame, our pre-show meeting.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bus, though. The bus.
With the bus is what's hanging you up?
Yeah, what's the bus about? Why are we taking a bus to a rocket ship?
Well, you got to get to the rocket somehow.
Is that how they get to a rocket ship in a bus?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. Well, luckily, we have some listeners who wanted to give their idea about what a bus dream might be.
Okay.
I think they looked it up.
Okay.
But here it is. So this is from Christopher Holmes. He says, a bus dream is a dreamer may be unable to move forward, may be a barrier that is too difficult to overcome.
Does that make DeMarco the barrier? Or
I
is
don't
the
think
bu- or is
so.
the-
I
or
think
is
Wait,
the
am
bus
I the bus?
No, I think you guys are both on the bus. You're not the bus.
We're both on the bus, or
Yes,
we're
you're
both
you're
the bus?
not dressed as a bus. Yeah, you're just on
the bus.
You're a
Okay.
passenger on the bus with me.
Going back to a previous state may cause pain, exhaustion, or loss of vitality. Dreams about space
that could be
can
me.
provide a connection to the universe.
That's
Wait,
you.
what's the loss of vitality?
Bus dreams.
That's what he
Bus dreams. I'm DeMarco. I'm losing my vitality.
That's what he heard.
This is.
Oh my God.
My vitality is being sapped.
See, I need to know what happened to you yesterday. Like,
I
what
had a
did
good
you
day
go to bed
yesterday.
happy?
Yeah, no, I had a great day yesterday.
Like, what time did you knock out?
10?
10 o'clock? Okay.
Yeah.
What was on TV?
Cheers, because that's what's on TV every night when I go to bed.
Okay, so you were in a good mood.
Here's
I,
another.
I had a good meal. I exercised.
Yeah.
I
You
read
had a 6-8
I
day,
read a
didn't
little
you?
bit. I did.
Yeah.
I read a little bit. I had a good night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's another interpretation.
Yeah.
This is from Crypto Ray, who ran it through the dream interpreter.
Okay.
So a journey or transition is part of bus dreams.
Well, a bit of a transition. We're
bu-
new show.
Okay. I
Yeah.
see that.
The bus trip in your dream often symbolizes a journey or transition in life. It may represent your path towards a new phase or personal growth. The fact that this bus is heading towards a rocket ship amplifies this transition to something extraordinary or ambitious.
I like that, Crypto
We'll
Ray.
take that.
There you
And
go.
then- And my
Yes.
vitality was not questioned.
No, not at all.
I can't have my vitality
No.
questioned in any meaningful
There's
way.
also another one. It says emotional state. Your nervousness versus your friend's excitement can reflect your real-life approach to new ventures. It may suggest that you both feel anticipation and anxiety about upcoming changes or challenges. Your friend could represent an aspect of yourself that is more adventurous or could symbolize external support and encouragement in your life. I think it works.
Does that fit too?
Yeah.
I
You're more adventurous.
Yeah.
You are a support system for me.
Okay.
We're embarking on a new adventure.
You like
There
that
you
one?
go.
I like that.
I
one,
like
yeah.
them
That
all
one?
except for my sapped vitality.
vitality, okay.
I'm very vital. I'd like to go on the record as a very vital 52.
We'll go with the third one,
Or
yeah.
you're taking this Dodgers bus to a rocket ship to give it new meaning to World Series.
See?
Get it?
World Series.
The
Ah.
Dodgers are winning this,
I do think
baby.
the bus is a panic bus. You're trying not to ride the panic bus.
Well, you're on it with me.
Kinda. But I'm hoping for the best, though. I am
too.
I'm expecting the best. Not hoping. I'm expecting the best.
So you and I are been doing this about a month or so. So you've gotten to see a good part of my personality, but maybe not as much as Emily. Generally speaking, I am far more positive about this Dodger team than I have been in a very long time.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm genuinely
Really?
optimistic.
I think
that-
since 2021.
This is DeMarco. This may really deeply bum you out. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is as optimistic as I get. This
No.
is the high point.
Okay.
I'm just telling you
About the Dodgers.
about my teams.
About your teams.
About
Okay.
my teams.
Yeah.
Even if everything's going great, I always have my foot on the brake a little bit. Not in life, I'm not pessimistic at all. I'm actually pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my teams, this is as positive
But you
as I
can
get.
celebrate, though, if they win, right?
Once they win, sure.
You go all out and go all in. I'm having fun. This is
Two
great.
outs, bottom of the ninth inning in the World Series. They have an 8-run lead. I'm going to be holding
You're going to
on.
have some fun. You're going to be holding on.
Until they get the third out.
Oh,
Then once they
okay.
get the third out,
And then
I'm all
kaboom.
in.
Okay.
The gods are very
Okay.
fickle.
I'm just expecting Shohei to be Shohei in New York. What's to stop him from being the most dominant player? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
What's to stop Walker Buehler from being Walker Buehler?
Well,
Besides health.
there are answers to that question.
Yeah.
The answers to that question are he is just not the guy he was several seasons ago. He's not as consistent. He's not as dominant. He doesn't have that high 90s fastball. He doesn't have that wipeout secondary pitch. He can get by and he can pitch well, but his margins are far more narrow than they used to be. Like
I don't need a complete game out of you, though.
No, but it's
Yeah.
not a complete game. It could be that if he has a bad day for him 3 years ago was he pitches 6 innings and gives up a couple of runs. A bad day now is he's out of the game in the second inning.
Wow.
That's the Shohei margins are massive. He's
Okay.
just so talented that his talent is always going to trump.
Mookie, too.
Yeah.
But I'm just, there shouldn't be any more bad days at this point in the season. That's what I'm saying.
You can't really control it.
Yeah. It's baseball.
You can't. I mean, if it were just good on good.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the very best I have against the very best that you have, then there's no reason to play. Because, you know what I mean? Like, if the better player will always win. But you know this. The better player doesn't always win.
True.
The better player frequently doesn't win.
Sometimes they guess right.
Especially in baseball. Or
Yeah.
I just have the day of my life, right? Go back to, Kik Hernandez, in the grand scheme of things, is a average Major League Baseball player. He's fine. He's a utility guy. He's not an everyday player. Get in the playoffs, that dude's a different guy. It doesn't make any sense.
He just loves it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But he's just a different guy.
I wouldn't want to be.
They got to find those guys.
I wouldn't want to be the guy that screws this up. Not with Shohei on my team. I wouldn't want to be the guy that screws this up.
What does that have to do with it? What does Shohei being on the team have to do with it?
He's had the best year of anybody in baseball. He is the guy. He's supposed to win the World Series
I'm not
this
saying
year.
he's screwing it up, but right now he's the weak link in the chain. If you said to me who's going to have the best night tonight, I'm picking him because I'd pick him every time. But so far, he's been the one that hasn't carried his weight.
Hasn't performed the way we thought. But
to expectation.
But I would say guaranteed, he's going to bounce back.
Oh.
Guaranteed he's going to bounce back.
The question is just, are there enough games left for the universe to sort itself out?
I just wouldn't want to be the Walker Buehler that gives it up with Shohei on my team.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7. Tune in all this week to our show, The Trav and DeMarco Show, to win the ultimate game day prize pack from Hollywood Park Casino, which includes this Sunday's tailgate party passes at the casino and game day tickets to SoFi. So listen for your cue to call, 877-710-ESPN. And don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day prize pack. Hollywood Park Casino, park, party, and play. Must be 21 or older to enter.
And you know what? You know what Kik Hernandez says to all this pressure, all this Ohtani, everything? He says this.
That we don't give a Dang right. That'd be my attitude. You ever blown it?
Of course.
You blown it for your team?
Of course.
Yeah. Why'd you blow it?
I gave up home runs.
No, why did you give up home runs that day?
Because I threw a bad pitch.
Why'd you throw a bad pitch?
What do you mean? Sometimes you throw bad pitches.
Why did you miss a tackle?
Yeah.
I never missed a tackle. Are you kidding me? Not in my life. Ever.
That's the thing. Like,
I've been shook. I've never missed a tackle.
The guy put a move on you, right?
Marshall told me that. I said, Marshall, how many times did you fumble? I've never fumbled. I'm like, what? I've seen you fumble. Nope. It's been stripped, but I've never fumbled.
Yeah.
Yes.
I live in reality, and this is one of a trillion reasons why I would I can live with the fact that sometimes I fail. I can live with it. I don't like it, but I can. If it was just, are you better than the other guy? Then I know exactly when I'm winning and exactly when I'm losing. I've won a lot of times when I wasn't supposed to. I've failed other times when I probably had the advantage.
Yeah.
And that's why tonight, and
it's weird.
Baseball's the weirdest thing in the world.
It is. I don't think I've ever been, well, maybe once. I did. I jumped off sides to lose a game one time.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been the cause to lose a game, though.
Well, football's a little different. Like, short of what you just described, short of fumbling as you're going into the end zone or throwing an interception with the game on the line, football's about all 11 of those guys at the same time. Like, you sink and swim collectively.
But you can get run over at D-tackle, and they just run over you. I don't think I've ever been the cause of losing a game, except for one. I almost said it. Gus Farad. Because it's not just Gus Farad, it's Gus Farad.
Oh.
He got me to jump off sides once with a hard count. And we're friends. He was over for dinner the night before the game.
He had you set up.
He did. He set me up
Did he
good.
hard count when he asked you to pass the mashed potatoes?
Weak count. I was in my head. I was pressing. You know what I mean? I wasn't even thinking. And I'm 7 yards offside.
I thought you're supposed to watch the ball.
I was. Damn it. It was a bad pitch. One time.
See, it happened.
One time.
It happened.
Damn it. Yeah. Standing by him, and the ref goes, offside 75. Like, I think the world saw it.
When you're standing on the mound
and
you give up a bomb, there's no pretending it wasn't your fault.
Right.
I threw the pitch.
Yeah.
I can't turn to the shortstop and go, good job, dude.
It's all you.
It's me.
Okay.
So is there the equivalent in football where it's clearly you blew it?
That's a corner or a quarterback when you just blow it. Yeah, and you can't blame it on. Well, I guess you can blame it on play calling. Yeah, no, pitchers. You're on your own on the mound. It's the loneliest place on the planet.
It is the best spot on the field and the worst spot on the field because when it's going good, let's go.
Wow, is Walker Buehler a Dodger legend yet?
No,
Does he have a chance to be?
Sure, he does.
Okay.
Let's go win the World Series.
If he has an opportunity to be one of those guys.
It's a little unfair to say no as quickly as I did because the reason they won the World Series in 2020 in large part was because of him, but through no fault of his own. that season is just different.
Because
it was the pandemic. It was played in Texas against a Florida team with 10 people in the stands, weird rules, quarter of a season, third of a season, or whatever. It's just weird. It counts, but it's not what Oral Hershiser did. It's not what Fernando Valenzuela did or Sandy Koufax did. It just doesn't have the same feel.
How many more years do you think he's a Dodger?
You're looking at
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah.
Well, now here's the thing.
Because I know Yoshi's going to be back forever.
Oh, he's
That's what I'm saying.
If he does go become a legend, or more of a legend, maybe is a better way of putting it. Let's say he pitches another game like he did in San Diego, and they win. Let's say he pitches once or twice in the World Series, and they win, and he's great. He might come back because this felt like the end of the line for him, and maybe he would stay on a low-dollar deal because he just didn't pitch well, and the offers wouldn't roll in. But if he does pitch well tonight, another time in the series, if he gets a chance, or the World Series or whatever, then maybe multi-year deals do start. People start to buy that he's back, but he just had such a bad year, it felt like it was the end of the line. Maybe he can pitch his way back into a Dodger uniform again. It's possible.
There's only one way to do it.
Go win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go win. Rams, Raiders, fork in the road for both. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, D-Far here. Why don't you go play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience? Why get yourself stuck in traffic? Just go ahead and turn around and go to Southern California's best casino resort that you've ever seen. It's less than an hour away. Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf, let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. The casino floor is huge in there. 1,100 hotel rooms and suites, the spa, the golf course. There's 20 bars and restaurants in there. Think about that. You can do a bar crawl. It makes Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. You'll see when you go there. It is huge. Come see why readers of Newsweek and USA Today voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside like me or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you. You can visit Pechanga.com or call this number right now. 888-PECHANGA to book a reservation or for more info. And you can also follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino. Up-to-the-minute news and info, and I'll be at a restaurant.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
New Kia for a chance to win a sweet experience.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Trojan fans, want to go to the USC-UCLA rivalry game at the Rose Bowl? Just grab an icy cold Coors Light and visit CoorsLight.com/college football. Enter the keyword SCORE, and you got a shot to win your tickets to the game. It's all thanks to our great friends at Coors Light, the official beer of college football and proud partner of the USC Trojans on ESPN LA.
No purchase necessary. Starts 8/1/24. Ends 1/21/25 at 11:59 p.m. CT. Must be legal residents of 50 USDC, 21 years of age or older. Void where prohibited. Use keyword to get entries for keyword prizes. See official rules at www.CoorsLight.com/college football for entry instructions, keywords, odds, prizes, and restrictions. Sponsor Molson Coors Beverage Company, USA, LLC. 250 South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, USA, 60606. Park, party, Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7. Tune in all this week to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack from Hollywood Park Casino. That includes this Sunday's tailgate party passes to HPC and game day tickets at SoFi. Listen for your cue to call 877-710-ESPN and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day prize pack. Tailgate passes to HPC and game tickets to SoFi, Hollywood Park Casino, park, party, and play. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Just like in sports, you can never predict an accident. It will come when you least expect it. Travis Rogers here with DeMarco Farr to tell you about our friend, Joseph S. Normand.
If you're in any accident, call Joseph at 213-747-2000. The team at Normand Legal is ready to help you and achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Joseph at 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000, the law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Hear that? The sound of your antique fountain pen gliding across linen paper as you journal in the park. And if you were here, you'd be inspired by the warm breeze. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the wind in your face on the road is all the inspiration you need. So if you ride, get a quote and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Now that's inspiring. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Can't believe it, but Tuesday is Lakers opening night. We'll be celebrating all afternoon at Cosm, right next to SoFi. You can come hang out with Mason and Ireland and Sedano and Cap. They'll be broadcasting live from noon until 5:30. Plus, you can win special passes to experience NBA opening night in shared reality at Cosm. DeMarco, you've seen it. We'll have purple and gold tickets at crypto.com to give away every hour to fans in attendance. So make plans to be with us on Tuesday at Cosm to get ready for opening night on 710 ESPN.
I'm surprised you haven't been there yet.
I haven't been yet.
I cannot. And that you said Tuesday for the Lakers.
Tuesday,
That's the
6
22nd.
days from now.
22nd?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going. You know what? Instead of going to like crypto to see a game, I'd rather go there and watch it. Yeah, it was so cool.
Is it trippy?
It's very trippy.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in the game, but you're not in the game.
I've seen the videos, and the videos barely make sense.
Yeah.
It literally looks like somebody standing in the middle of SoFi Stadium or
and that's what you feel like.
Whatever. It's a trip.
I want to see a fight there. I really do. I mean, like, go watch a UFC, not a fight in the place. But yes, I want to go see a fight there.
You can just walk down the street in Baltimore and see a fight.
See a fight.
Did they get that guy
They
yet?
caught the dude.
They caught him. He got fired from his job.
Good.
Yeah.
Both of those things should have happened.
You've never been a goon before, a sports goon?
No.
Never? Jorge, sports goon?
Never.
Well, you're a Niner fan.
Yeah, but I've never been a goon. That doesn't mean
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anybody? Emily, sports goon? No?
I have gotten angry at other people at sporting events, but it's like happened like once or twice.
Like, why would you want to beat somebody up? That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I have a one-word explanation.
Drunk?
Alcohol.
Okay, got to be. Yeah. Lost his whole life. Now you may be going to jail.
I have a feeling there's some other stuff going on in that guy's life that probably were fuel for that moment.
You think so? Okay.
I would hope that a rational person just did not have a couple of beers and lose their mind, start punching people out on the street
with a Lamar Jackson jersey on. Lamar's not bailing you out. Like if you think in your mind you're fighting for Lamar Jackson, I don't think he feels the same way.
Is Sunday at SoFi, Rams Raiders, the fork in the road for the Rams? The one fork is you win.
Yeah.
Hey, we got another game coming up in literally 3.5 days. You got to play the Vikings on Thursday night at home. But we're 2-4. We got a heartbeat. Anything can happen on a Thursday night. We got a chance to really get back into this thing with a win. The other fork is We're 1-5. We just lost to a team that a lot of people think might be the worst team in the league, not named Carolina.
Yeah.
We are not going to the postseason. There's just we're not good enough to do it. We don't have the right guys. We're injured. We're not talented enough, et cetera, et cetera. And now we got to make different decisions, trade decisions, draft position decisions. That one path is let's keep this thing rolling. Let's wait for Puka and the rest of the crew to get back. And the other path is, all right, where do we go from here?
I think it could be. It could be your fork in the road. I mean, this is a game you should win, right? The Raiders are down. They just traded Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Probably Antonio Pierce is going to get fired at some point.
Yes.
It's in the air. I mean, the Jets have already done it. So not a very good football team. I think the Rams...
And I don't mean...
The Rams have a bad record.
Okay, go on.
The Rams have a bad record, but they're beat up.
Okay.
There's a reason why they're 1-4.
Okay, I agree.
I think the reasons why the Raiders are 1-4 is because that's just who they are. Or are they?
The Raiders have one.
They
win.
are one win.
Yeah,
1-4. Who'd they beat?
Have they had
the
their
Ravens? They beat the Ravens.
They beat the Ravens. That's right. Up jumped and beat the Ravens. So I think they're just a bad football team. So their record
Raiders
is
2-4. Their wins are against the Ravens and the Browns.
The Raiders are what we thought they are. I think the Rams are just beat up. So if you
does it matter? Because I agree with your assessment that they are beat up, that they have talent, they just haven't had the talent available because of injuries.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, if you're 1-5, you're 1-5. Nobody cares about the why.
Oh no,
you're
I'm just
1-5.
going into this matchup. This is a game you should win. I was
Yeah.
just pointing out that the Raiders aren't a very good football team. Some good pieces, but not a very good football team.
Got it.
So this is one they should get. And if they don't get it, you drop to 1-5 and you lose to this football team.
Yeah.
Then it starts to get
and
loud.
then you got an unbeaten football team coming into your house, or at least potentially unbeaten. We'll see how I don't know if they play Sunday. They might, but I would assume they do.
Yeah.
So you're looking 1-6, and all of the questions that we're hoping we can kind of kick down the road for a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
What's your future with Matthew Stafford? You had a weird contract thing with him before the season. Cooper Kupp, you really want to pay a guy that's frequently hurt, that's making a lot of money, that's on the wrong side of 30. The Sean McVay noise is always in the universe about,
correct.
He's been here 8 years in an NFL, one team. That's an eternity.
Also,
That's a long time.
If he wins one more game, he will be the franchise leader coach, most winning coach in franchise history.
Yeah, John Robinson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's doing it all under 40 years old. So maybe it's like, what more can I have accomplished with the Rams if you're the
I've done what I came to do here. I've won the Super Bowl. I've been to another. I've won more games than anyone else here. There's this giant pile of television money potentially available to me. There's other opportunities in other places. These are all the things that bubble up when you have a bad team, when you have a bad record.
No doubt.
And that's
facing a rebuild.
A rebuild. I do. Do I want to draft another quarterback? Do I want to rebuild this?
See,
thing?
that's the thing. I think
there's a lot of questions.
I don't want to speak for Sean McVay, but I would bet that he would want to start over with your own guy, with a young quarterback and build from there.
Yeah,
or just someone else at some point. That's just the way. I mean, you wanted to build with Matthew Stafford. You got that thing going. So, but I always got It
opens up a door to a lot of negative stuff.
If
though.
you lose,
yeah.
If you win. You can
if
keep
you win,
it going.
you just keep it rolling, and you wait for Puka to come back. You wait for Avila to come back.
The way they
finished
finished
Jackson to come back
last season, it was kind of like remember the Alamo. This is it. If we don't start winning, they're gonna break us up. So how much do we want to win together?
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Like the breakup of the dismantling, however you want to talk about it. It happens to everybody.
Happens to every football team.
It happens to every football team to where we're gonna build it up. Take our shot. Maybe it's a year, 2, 3. If you're super lucky, maybe it's 4 or 5 where you have this window.
Sometimes you don't get through the window.
Sometimes you don't get through it at all,
and you bust it up. San Francisco's getting ready to go through when you start paying your quarterback.
Then you got to. But if it doesn't happen, or if it's we're down here. And last year, look, they were in a very similar position a year ago, 3-6, going into the bye, not looking like a very good team, and they won.
They decided to turn it around.
And then they won again.
Yes.
And then they won again. And now all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're kind of back in it. And then they took off and they had a great season. That's possible, but less likely for all the reasons we're talking about. Those McVay questions, Stafford questions, Kupp questions, like who do you start to think about, hey, look, we'd love to keep you, but we can also jumpstart this rebuild sooner if we start to jettison some of these things.
And I love the guys. I love all the players you just mentioned, but if you're sitting at 1-5, 1-6, then I don't care how much you love them. The economics of football will always win. We're paying these guys this amount of money, and they're this age.
Yeah.
We could start to reallocate some of those assets to other areas and get younger. Every team does it. But if you keep winning, if you destroy the Raiders and then you jump and beat Minnesota and you fight your way back to 500 and beyond, they keep the group together.
Take me through what it's like for a veteran player who has value that's on a bad team and the trade deadline has not happened yet. Like, for instance, and I'm sure Cooper Kupp has always been a Ram. He loves being a Ram. He's a Super Bowl MVP as a Ram. All of these things. Same thing with Matthew Stafford. He's been on other teams, so he knows that there's life elsewhere.
Yeah.
Do you start to think, listen, I get it. This is the business. Let's go take a shot over there, or is it I am going down with the ship here?
No, you're thinking, well, for the most part, unless you're Devontae Adams. That's why I don't like him. I really don't. When you start talking, I got to get out of here. That's then leave then.
Yeah.
Then don't come to practice. That drives me nuts. But no, Cooper Kupp's thinking, I want to help this team win. And if the business of football steps in and says you're going someplace else, then that's just what happens.
Yeah.
But for right now, you're all in with this group.
But it's beneficial for both, right? Like I can go somewhere else, get a chance to win right now, and the team gets potentially assets.
If it sucked here, then yes. Like I can't wait to get back in the day when Cincinnati had those guys practicing under a freeway.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
Or the Arizona Cardinals, they had those players eating off paper plates. The Washington football team, the old name, they have to pay for socks.
What?
Right. You go to the equipment guy and ask for socks, and he would ask for money.
How much?
I just $2, $5, whatever it is. Right.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not. So
they
different
charged
places
for socks?
If it sucks, can't wait to leave. This is the opposite. Why would you want to leave here? This is football utopia. You can practice year round here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I would want to make this group as good as I can possibly make it.
What's wrong with a paper plate?
Nothing. I'm just saying.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Just saying.
I love a good paper plate.
But you're in the pros, man, and we're eating off paper plates,
yeah,
man.
Well, look,
really?
If I didn't have to do the dishes ever, then fine. Give me china every night. I'll eat off of whatever you silver forks and china. But if I'm home, we're going paper plate. Wiping my mouth and throwing that thing in the trash, and we're moving.
If you can afford dinnerware, good stuff, and you're just going on the cheap because you want to save a buck,
wash it.
Hold on, man. Yeah.
You can give me plastic fork, too. I don't mind that either. Paper towels.
Come on.
I am easy. You're
going to hand Shohei some food on a paper plate?
If I have to do the dishes, yes.
Come on.
Just throw it away, Show. You're good.
Hand that to LeBron. Hand that paper plate to LeBron James.
Fine,
Go ahead.
Fine. I don't want to. If I lived by myself, okay, if there's an alternate reality where I'm a single man, right, I would have one plate, one cup, one fork, one knife, and I would
repeat,
and I would wipe it off and put it right back in the counter.
Wow.
Yeah. Or I'd go be burning through trees every day.
Come on.
I'm doing it. Factor Cap's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Greg, they don't call me Johnny Baseball for nothing.
That's exactly. Every time I think of what
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Percent APR 1752 per $1,000 financed. Not all buyers will qualify. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 10/31/2024.
Country's hottest rising star, Riley Green.
There was this girl
live.
Drinking her hand. Shoot me a lead.
Friday, October 18th, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Riley Green, live in concert. On sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com or call 760-342-5000. Riley Green, live.
Come out for a day of golf and fun and help support the men and women who fight for our freedom. On Monday, November 11th, the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry will play host to the 2024 Land of the Free Foundation Veterans Day Golf Classic. All proceeds from the tournament will go directly to charities who support the men and women of our armed forces. For more information on the tournament, please visit the website landofthefreefoundation.org or give them a call at 562-833-4361.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check that your guests like spicy first before serving Atomic Hot Wings.
Who's hungry?
Oh my gosh. What are these?
You don't like them? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Water.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe.
Bonjour.
What up?
Hey, all right. So, Kaysen is a Tennessee fan who went viral. He's a kiddo. He's like 10, 11, 12 in that range. He's a kiddo. He went viral for his dance moves when Tennessee took on Florida this past weekend. And not only is he a fun dancer to watch, he also has a very harsh opinions about Tennessee. So he was on with a radio show in Tennessee, in Knoxville. And he had this to say when asked if he had anything else that you wanted to say about the team this year.
Anything else going on you want to get off your chest while you're at the game? Anything else?
We didn't play great.
Yeah.
Offense wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
We got lucky.
If you were to talk to the coach right now, say Heupel was in here right now, what would you say to Coach Heupel?
Tell his offensive coordinator to open up the playbook. I'm sorry, Josh. Don't. But it really need to open up the playbook.
Don't hate.
It's just up the middle, back to back, and then try to take a shot, and it's incomplete. It's punt 3-0.
Yeah.
So we need to open up the playbook, but defense ain't playing at its best.
All right.
I like the kid.
Kaysen's got some thoughts. So you were this opinionated as a kid about sports. Travis, Factor Cap.
I better question asked of my mom and dad, I guess, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was a fan. I was not an analyst like this little guy, right? Like,
Yeah,
open up
he's
the
deep.
playbook. We're running between the tackles a couple of times, taking a shot. This isn't working. Like, I wasn't that. I just wanted Steve Garvey to get hits and Fernando Valenzuela to win games. You know, like I did not have deep analysis at that age. That kid's paying attention.
So you said you future analyst for the kid?
It sounds like
I
it.
said future coach.
Maybe, yeah.
Man. I guess that would be fact. I used to yell at Tom Flores. Like, what are you doing? What the heck are you doing?
What did you want him to do?
Run Mark Van Egan or whatever. Come on.
First of all, never have a white running back. That's a huge mistake.
They're still out there.
They're Christian McCaffrey.
They're still out there. You can still get one or two. But yeah, of course, yes, fact, big time.
Jorge?
I'm still not opinionated right now. I'm a fan. You said it best.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fan and watch these things for entertainment and have a few, and, that's it.
Emily, I have a feeling you were probably yelling at the TV as a
I
kid.
was. I didn't know what I was yelling about.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually making the right thing, but I was probably like, why would you run the ball at all? It doesn't go anywhere. It's just throw the ball. You always score touchdowns when you throw the ball. Like, that's probably what I was saying in my head.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I wish I knew less.
You wish you knew less?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could just look at it like, it didn't work out this time. But no, that was stupid. Why did they do that? I don't like that I have opinions.
You want to
on
be a
these
blue
things.
pill guy.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to go back to sleep.
I want the pink slime and the lady in the red dress and the blue pill.
That's it.
I was at a bar once, and this guy's like, "Oh, what do you think about a uke?" I was like, "Who cares? If he gets he signs. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He's gonna sign. Who cares?"
I resigned to feeling like that about the Steelers. I'm like, who cares?
Nah.
Who cares the starting quarterback? It's fine. They're going to
Russell
be
Wilson, baby.
8-9, 9-8.
Are you feeling dangerous, Em?
I don't
Dangerous.
care.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing's happening. That team sucks. Michael Malone 2 days ago for their friendly match, their preseason game, was talking about how he believes his team was soft. They didn't run enough. So I'm going to play this soundbite from Michael Malone, the coach of the Denver Nuggets.
Like tonight, I ran those guys the whole third quarter, and obviously Jamal didn't play in the second half, but played that starting unit the whole third quarter to try to push their envelope a little bit, and that was probably a little bit hard on some of those guys. And then in practice, I think we can get up and down more. I think so often as coaches in modern day NBA, the league has gotten so soft. Everybody's afraid to condition and run. Well, we have to.
So Michael Malone is the only coach in the NBA that could do this. DeMarco after Cap.
I hope it's Cap. That's got to be Cap, right? I hope JJ Redick can do this. I hope that he has the stones to say if
Mike Malone has a ring.
We need to increase our cardio and get better at the running part, that you would actually listen to him. You wouldn't tune. If Greg Popovich says we need to run more, you're running more, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be Cap.
I think it's Cap because of the way you phrased it. He's not the only one, but he's on a small handful. It's Pop, it's Spoelstra, it's Kerr,
Mazzulla?
it's Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Joe Mazzulla, probably, yeah. But there's a certain amount of cachet because think about it. It's not just the guys that have won rings or the guys that. There's a certain way that sports generally have changed. Next time you see Michael Thompson, ask him about a Pat Riley practice.
I have.
Right?
Yeah,
and he goes on about how they would run and run and run and run. And when they were getting ready to play the Pistons in the finals that year, they were doing like 2-a-days. They were going through like training camp because they swept their opponent and they're waiting. And Riley killed them. They just ran him into the ground. It's all about load management and maximizing efficiency and all these things and just grinding guys down like that. It really doesn't happen very often. It's pretty unusual to hear Malone say something like that.
I am coming
okay
around to, I think we've gone to the soft side.
I don't disagree.
In a lot of sports.
Yeah.
I think we need to develop more callous.
Well, you look at, and I'm not trying to pick on Kawhi Leonard here, but he's the ultimate example of this. They load manage him like crazy and he still doesn't play.
Yeah.
Like there comes a point where sometimes, I remember hearing James Worthy says, sometimes you have to play and you don't feel good.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
It's like you go to school. You go to school even if you don't feel good. Obviously don't go and transmit diseases while you're at school or illnesses.
But even that, with it's like no, you go to unless you have the bone sticking out of the skin, you're going to school today. You're going to work today.
Yes.
And that's definitely not the way necessarily kids are these days.
No,
because I can't take a day off work and stay with you. So you're going to school.
There you go. All right, what do you think about this, Mike Malone?
I think Mike Malone's vocalizing it. Other coaches are doing this. He's the only one speaking about it. But it's like anything else. Like if I'm here, I expect all of us to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like we're here for a reason, and we've worked our butts off to be here. That doesn't mean just because we're here doesn't mean we stop working. And plus, these guys get paid to do that.
I don't think that it's okay. I don't think it's a bad idea to push your guys to get them in super great shape and to challenge them. The part where I think there's risk, and I don't think there's a huge amount of risk for Michael Malone because he's kind of a made guy in the NBA. You can lose your players if you start calling them soft.
Yeah.
And in the NBA in particular, if your best,
even if he's right,
doesn't matter if he's right or
wrong. I know,
wrong.
that's what I'm saying. Even if he's right, I know.
Right or wrong, if they do this,
you called me soft.
Just like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
you're cooked. That's it. That's
like
a wrap.
If Jokic didn't buy in,
right? If Jokic or Murray basically said, "Nah, man, I don't see it like that," you're up a creek at that point.
I love James Harden. I wouldn't want to coach him.
No,
at all. Right.
let me just I'm not a basketball expert or anything, but let me ask you something. Is it the fact that he always quits? Is that what bothers you?
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Is it the fact that the second he doesn't get what he wants, he says, "I quit and I'd like to leave"? Is that what it is?
That could be a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. That
dude
is
so good.
But man, he can fill it up.
So frustrating.
He could fill it up though.
For sure.
Yes.
So the Federal Trade Commission has finalized a new quote unquote click to cancel rule. Okay, it says all subscription member services will be required to offer a one-click to cancel with the new rule. So Netflix, Max, you don't have to go through all these steps. You don't have to search. One
nice.
click and you're canceled. Rule will go into effect 180 days after being published.
Okay.
So my statement is, you have ever continued to pay for something because it was too hard to cancel?
God, yes.
Jorge, Factor Cap.
Yeah, there's a couple apps that I had on my phone, like for like video editing or effects or whatever it was. But trying to cancel was one of those things where, like, I thought just deleting the app. This is before.
Yeah.
Like I thought just deleting the app would like, oh, we're done, right? But
Dude,
no,
they got your number.
Yeah, somebody had told me, you have to go to some your thing, subscriptions, and then
Yes.
So
Gyms
was
are
a
the
process.
hardest by far to
That's
cancel.
the other one. Yes.
Trev?
Yeah, I know it's like fodder for comedians and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
have you ever tried to quit the gym?
Yes.
It's impossible. It's literally
One in
impossible.
particular, yes.
So yeah, I'm sure I am continuing to pay for something that I don't use, and especially when the number's not huge, $2.99 a month, $4.90, like, you know what I mean? Like if you get to $10, it pops on your statement. You kind of see it. But
Yeah.
when you're going through something, it's like $5, $6, $8. You kind of can get lost in the shuffle. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it happens to everybody.
I think Experian
Okay.
was on. I was paying for it for like 5 years.
What is Experian?
It's like the credit check thing.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was a one-time thing.
Oh.
And I missed it. It was like $40 a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? For like 5 years, what the heck? But Bally Sports, trying to get out of that gym,
Oh.
took forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I couldn't get anybody on the phone.
You got to have Susan call for you.
I couldn't get anybody on the phone.
Susan will stay on hold all day and fight with people. It's wonderful to listen to from the other room. It's just like, hey,
It's
listen.
fun? Okay.
Oh, she's a bulldog.
Really?
She
okay.
will not give up until she gets what
My
she
dad's
wants.
the same way.
Our
Yeah.
Bally was open one day, and the next day was closed. So we showed up, closed, chains on the door. They didn't tell us anything, and then we couldn't get out of the membership. It took like a year and a half.
Get Susan on it. She'll get your money
Really?
back.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like the one click. I'm in. Yes.
All right, so one last one for you. So this guy is kind of going semi-viral for this photo. He took a photo with Michael Jordan. It was at some sort of event, and it was very blurry. He says, can anyone help me out with this Photoshop? Can you make it unblurry? Can you help me out with this? And obviously people had fun with it, and they said, oh, sure, we got it, bro. And they just Photoshopped different heads on and it made fun of him a little bit, but and all in good jest. So, but overall, you would be upset if you got a picture with your hero and it's blurry. Travis Fettercap.
Fact. I don't ask to take pictures with people very often. Very, very rarely. There are two in particular that I did ask that the picture was taken, and I don't know where the picture is. Like, I lost it.
Really?
It's George Brett and Nolan Ryan.
Wow.
And I got to not just
Was this pre-phone or is it
pre-phone?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was having it. So you have it kit and developed and all these things. And I would love to have them, and they're just lost to history. They're gone. So now, if it was the same thing but blurry, I would still like to have it. But especially as somebody who doesn't ask for that stuff, hey, would you mind? Sure, happy to do it. Click. Blurry, awful.
Be mad, right?
Yeah.
Those pictures are gone forever, or they're in your house? I'm assuming
think
like they're real pictures.
They're pictures, yeah.
So they're somewhere.
Maybe.
Okay.
We've got, DeMarco, if you saw my garage, you'd think we're hoarders. So maybe
gotcha.
they're somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And it wasn't just like we had a few beers together.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
It's probably in the junk drawer box.
Probably.
Yeah.
Marco?
Yeah. If I had some heroes that I took pictures with and it came out bad, I'd be pretty steamed. People that ask for pictures of me and you're standing there longer than 10 seconds, I'm out of there. I am.
Get the back of your
if I
head.
give you the pose, like, you know, what's up, and the person can't make it work, I'm leaving. So you may get some shots of me walking off. So I may have ruined your shot. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I would hate it, but at the same time, you can press 3 or 4 times. Like, have whoever's taking your picture, hey, take a couple of them just to make sure. But yeah, I would be upset.
Yeah,
and there's no way to fix it. There is no way to fix it. I'm sorry.
If it's out of focus, it's out of focus.
It's out of focus. You can't fix it. There's no such thing as you'll fix it in post.
I
It does not exist.
I haven't seen the pic, Em. Can you tell it's Michael Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He's blurry.
Yeah.
Jordan is clear.
Both of them are blurry.
Yeah.
No, both of them are blurry.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
My blurry picture is Eric Estrada in one of those.
You met Punch?
So he came to the TV show I used to work on, and I see him down the hall, and I'm like, Eric. And then he's like, "Hey, how you doing, man? This and this." Gives me a, shakes my hand, pulls me in, hugs me. I'm like, "Hey, quick picture." So we take a selfie, but it's blurry.
Oh, man.
Frank Poncherello
was the guy.
That show was everything.
And Baker, right?
John Baker. Larry Wilcox's officer, John Baker.
Yes.
And Chris Pine's dad was the sergeant.
Yes.
Yeah, I forget his real first name. Robert Pine.
Wow.
Robert Pine was the sergeant. Then there was Harlan, the mechanic,
yes,
who for some reason wore a lab coat to fix motorcycles. I don't know why, but
made it more official. Yes.
But I don't need my motorcycle mechanic should have on coveralls, right?
Well, I mean, they're chips, though.
Yeah,
they're special.
They're working on a motorcycle in a car.
Chips, though. See, it's different. It's California. Come on.
It's a mechanic.
Come on.
Coveralls.
Did you realize they didn't draw their guns at all?
Never.
I didn't know that until somebody pointed that out. But you're right. They never took their guns out.
They would arrest guys. Occasionally there'd be like a physical confrontation
full-on
where they'd
fights.
tackle.
Right.
But
yes.
It was not a shoot 'em up.
No, it was chase them down and then Ponch would love them up.
Best Chips episode ever. See if I have one.
Okay, let me
specific.
think. Okay.
There was and Harlan was involved. He modified one of the motorcycles specifically.
Oh, you got to tell me this one. Okay.
Where they had the bad guy was on a dirt bike and he would always ditch the cops by driving into the mountains.
Yes.
And they built Poncherello a CHP dirt bike.
And he had different gear on.
And he had cop gear that was like dirt bike racing
I remember
gear.
that. Oh,
Amazing.
Mom, I want that.
Amazing. Factor Cap is sponsored by the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. You know that. 213-747-2000. That's the law offices of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. One more time. 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. Do you like to give partial credit for things that are half right?
Sure.
Okay, then I get partial credit coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Man, when your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you know where you can do it? Only on Prize Picks.
Hey, it's Mace. There's a lot on the line in this election, from protecting the Social Security you've earned to supporting family caregivers. And you have the power to make the candidates listen, because voters 50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
Hey, Travis Rogers here for my friends at Mike Thompson's RV. It's time to get out and get dirty. Toy Hauler RV season is officially open. Bring your toys along for less now through October 20th at your Toy Hauler headquarters, Mike Thompson's RV. They have revved up discounts across a huge inventory of top-selling brands, dozens of floor plans to choose from. They're making it easy, so pack your toys and go full throttle with special pricing on all trailers and motorhomes in stock. Race on in today. These deals won't last. In-store and online, MikeThompson.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
We were just solving the problems of the world while we took a walk down to the facilities. You were not the one. You were not the one that went to the liquor store at 6 years old to buy cigarettes.
No,
for your parents.
I did not buy cigarettes for my mom at 6 years old. But yeah, we were just reminiscing about growing up in the 80s.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
You had your motorcycles, and then the local cops would be like, "Hey, guys, wrap it up."
Did you guys have dirt bikes growing up?
Not motorcycles, like bicycles.
Oh, okay, but you had a BMX phase, a motor. Okay,
Sure.
so we had bikes, we had dirt bikes, motorcycles. So you got me thinking about the chips and punch. So the cops would actually watch us ride, because we would ride by the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Make our little own whatever, and they would just give us a sign, like they'd point to their watches. You guys have 15 minutes, and then we're going to have to run you out.
Would you follow the rules?
Of course.
Yeah.
But then they would kind of quasi chase us, and we're having fun.
Yeah.
And they'd run us up to the neighborhood, and they'd kind of honk and go by. See you next week. I missed that. I do. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
It's a little different now, the way that we would get turned loose.
Right.
Like, I grew up with, like, one of my first conscious memories on the west side of town here by Bagley and Robertson Boulevard. So anybody that knows that side of town, Robertson Boulevard is a very busy street. And there was a little liquor store that was on the corner right there that I used to walk down to buy baseball cards, 5, 6, 7 years old. And I would walk down there, me and my brother's a couple years younger than I, we'd buy ourselves, cross this very busy street to buy baseball cards, and we'd come home and do whatever 6 and 7 year olds do.
Wow.
And then the only reason we were not allowed to walk to the liquor store anymore, the liquor store clerk got murdered in a stick-up.
That's a good reason
And
not to
I'm
go.
like, yeah, we probably shouldn't let them go. We probably shouldn't let them go down there. But that's the point. Like, that's the neighborhood was not like awesome. There was just come right back. Okay.
There'd be no way I'd do that with my daughter.
Of course
no
not.
way. No.
Of
no.
course
no,
not.
no.
Nobody would.
Do you guys remember those caps, those little red caps that you could put in a gun?
And you'd hit them with a hammer, too.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
So me and my buddies used to go to the 98 Plus store, which was up by the Seafood City on Azusa. So it's the not even 99 cent store, 98 Plus store. And we would buy those guns, which are orange.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you put those caps, and we would like blast at each other in the parking lot on the way back. So we would buy as many as they can, because they're only $1 or whatever. Like, you would steal a couple bucks from your mom's purse or whatever. Like, I'm going to go buy some caps. And we would run around the parking lot. You can't do that now.
No, God, no. No.
When we used to, my mom and dad, we'd go out to dinner as a family to Denny's occasionally. Okay, that was like a night out.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad wanted to sit there quietly and have a cup of coffee after. My brother and I would go like run through the parking lot in the middle of the night. We're 6 years old. Like darting in and out between cars while my mom and dad have coffee in there.
Nope. See,
everything's fine.
Not happening.
We're both still here.
I miss those days.
All right, let's start this. Tom Brady is now officially a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
5%, right?
Yeah, it sounded like they put up he and his group put up about $20 million.
Okay,
to buy into it. But
wait, what's TV paying him this year?
About 35.
Kind of answers all questions now, doesn't it?
So apparently and this is why I want partial credit for this. I was a little wrong, but mostly right.
Wow.
I said when Tom Brady signed that deal to become an analyst for Fox, I'm like, he'll never do it.
Yeah.
He'll never do it.
$35 million, right?
I think it was 38.
$38 million.
Rounded it off to
Okay.
30. I didn't think he'd do it because I didn't think he would want to stick his neck out like that. The reason it took about a year and a half to get the Raider deal signed, sealed, and delivered, approved by the league is because there's the conflict of interest of him being a broadcaster as well as an owner of a team. They put the Tom Brady rules in effect where he's not allowed to meet with teams or go to practice or any of these things for fear of him getting information and blah, 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 blah. Is this not exactly the perfect world for him to just take the off-ramp of, you know what, I loved my time as a broadcaster, I enjoyed every minute of it, but I've decided to fully invest my time as a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, and that's what I'm going to spend my time doing now.
It seems like he's brilliant, like he's ahead of the game, right? When you go back to the roast, why would he do that? How much did they pay him for the roast?
Okay.
$20 million, right?
I have no idea.
They paid him to do the roast.
Did he make $20 million for that?
He made bank off that roast. And then, okay, so Tom Brady's never going to be a broadcaster. Okay, $38 million says he is. But he's never going to be good at it. I don't think that's the point.
Okay.
I think this was like the world's biggest
Take the check.
Autograph signing. When you pay $5 to go see whatever and he signs your baseball cards. This is what that is, except it's TV and it's a roast. And you take that money and you become part owner of a football team.
Yeah.
Which was the goal anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tom Brady is the smartest guy on the planet. We just didn't know it.
Oh, no.
He bought into a football team and didn't have to use his own money.
Yeah. I think he's a really smart guy.
Yeah.
I think that if he could ever get his hands on a team to where he could be the decision maker, I bet he'd be pretty good at it.
You think?
Yeah, I do, because I do think that he understands team. I do think that he understands that running a sports operation is very complicated. You got to put good people in good
Elway
places.
was pretty good at it
until he wasn't.
Yeah.
But and Elway wasn't the owner. Elway was the guy making football decisions.
Yeah,
right.
He
was
that's what I'm
the
saying.
general manager.
Yes.
But as an owner, knowing what to look for, I think he knows the real thing when he sees it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is a guy that we can kind of hang our hat on and go get it. I think he'd make a good owner. I think LeBron James will be a good owner.
You think so?
I do. I
think one of those guys turns into Jerry Jones.
I don't want him picking the players.
That's what I mean.
LeBron specifically.
Jordan couldn't pick players.
No. But when it comes to organizing, LeBron's got vision, right? Like he does a lot of different things. But I think will expedite the Tom Brady as a broadcaster end very, very quickly.
I don't think it ever had legs anyway.
No.
I think it was just a short-term thing until he moved into – because it seemed – how do I say this? Because it's pretty much the top of the business, our business, right? But it seemed too lowball for him. Like, this is not where you stop.
I agree.
Yeah. This is not where you stop. You're going to ownership.
Like, I'm not trying to put words. It seems odd. Like, to your point, doing what we do, being in the lead analyst chair on a number one team on broadcast television, that's about as big of a job as there is.
Yes, please. Yeah.
It seems beneath him.
It doesn't seem like where you would stop.
No, it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. No, I think he's destined for bigger things. Like, can you imagine if LeBron James said, you know what, with everything I've done, I'm going to be an analyst on TNT.
It was like Kobe.
Right.
When Kobe was done playing, you knew Kobe would go do other things.
Yeah.
And not that he wouldn't show up occasionally and be really good at it, because he's Kobe and he's smart and he's funny and all those things. But it's like,
I can't see them working
Kobe
for someone.
flying to Indiana to do Pacers Bucks on a Wednesday
or
night.
just to work for someone.
No.
You are the guy. You are the boss. You are the entity. So being
$40 million might change your mind.
And I think at some point, he's got 5%. In 10 years, he's got 50. Because I don't think it's going to stop with just 5%.
Step one, Mark Davis, come with me. We're going to go get a real haircut.
Yes.
Step two.
In your wallet, too.
We're not going to P.F. Chang's for lunch today. We're going to go to a real place for lunch. I like P.F. Chang's. You just can't go there every day.
This is
which
true.
Apparently is his
garlic
jam.
noodles are outstanding.
No, like lettuce wraps. Look, let's just go. Kung Pao chicken, delicious.
Oh, I missed that.
Every day.
Yes.
Nah, let's mix it up.
Well,
a little bit.
I mean, I could eat that every day.
By the power of Grayskull.
No doubt.
That would leave me a little wanting.
Yes.
All right. Dodger MVP that's not an MVP. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. MVP of Chevy dealers, Rotolo Chevrolet. That's easy. 13 years in a row, Dealer of the Year. That's what they've done at Rotolo Chevrolet. And they've done it by, simply put, taking care of you. Taking care of me, taking care of everybody that goes onto the lot at Rotolo Chevrolet. I've been driving Silverados from Rotolo for a few years now. I absolutely love the Silverados, but I've actually bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet as well and gone through the entire process from shopping to financing, the sales process, all of it. And every step of the way, you just feel good about it. We've all gone to other places and looked at cars and shopped around, and you ever get that feeling like, man, I don't know about this? Never at Rotolo Chevrolet. That's how they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row with customer service that's second to none. That's what Mike Capozio insists on every single day, and they deliver. So if you're thinking about a new Silverado, you're thinking about a new Chevy car truck, get yourself out to Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. And if you can't get in, go online, rotolochevy.com. ROTOLO, rotolochevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, tell them that Travis sent you.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Book your child's next appointment. Visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
ESPN LA and Call Jaber giving away 2 tickets to LAFC this Saturday versus San Jose to 2 lucky fans. Plus, it's your chance to meet Jacob at FanFest before the match. So listen to Game of Games today. Mason and Ireland, 2:45. Jacob's going to come in and play and give away the tickets on 710 ESPN.
LAFC.
LAFC.
LAFC. Would you let your daughter, 18-year-old daughter, date a 25-year-old guy?
Let her?
Let her.
She's going to do what she wants. I can't stop her from doing anything.
Would you let her?
I can't stop her. So, yeah.
You could,
I would tell her.
You could hurt and maim him.
I would say, I don't love this, but I can't stop her.
I was just thinking about the Cam Rising guy. He's going to be 25, 26 years old, and he's still on campus.
This is not an I told you so, but this is an example of what we were talking about. This is pro sports. It's not the highest level of pro sports, but this is minor league baseball, G League basketball. If I can stay here and make a few $100,000 rather than go sell insurance, rent cars, or whatever it is, and you're willing to let me stay, and it's not against the rules to let me stay, and I can help you win football games that an 18-year-old high school student that's fresh off of a high school quarterback camp. Yeah, I mean,
but he's 25.
I'm not saying it's not ridiculous.
He's going to be 26.
It's the rules,
and still on campus. He's been in college since 2018.
They changed the rules. I wouldn't want to be in college at 25. That's weird. But if
I'm making money, it's different.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, from his perspective, play as long as you can, especially if you're making money.
That's what I'm saying.
But from a school perspective,
what do they care?
That's a grown man with kids. That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right, but what do they care?
Have you seen this, Emily? Cam Rising?
Yes, of course I've seen it.
8 years? 8 years in school?
Sure.
You better be a doctor by the time you leave.
He might be.
What do they care? You know what I mean? Like
That's just weird.
Whether he leaves with a master's in 5 different disciplines or whether he leaves with no credits to his name, what does the University of Utah
So he
care?
plays with a kid that turns pro after year 2. Mm-hmm. And then Cam is still in school.
Mm-hmm.
5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem weird to you?
It seems incredibly
You're
weird,
still
but that's-
in school?
That's the rules.
What degree do you have after 8 years?
You keep using the word school as a place to go get an education. This is minor league professional
But you have to have eligibility. You have to take classes. You do. You have to take classes.
Is he paying for it?
No, he's on scholarship.
Oh, okay.
So after 8 years, what degree do you not have by then?
Come on, man.
After 8 years and you're still an undergrad?
What difference does it
Okay.
make?
I'm
not saying I want him to crack my chest if I have a heart attack. I'm saying I don't care if he...
But you have to flunk to stay in school because eventually you'll accrue enough credits to graduate.
Do you think Cam Rising is sitting in an English composition class taking notes?
Not at all.
Of course
That's what
not.
I'm saying.
None
But
of
after
them
8
are.
years, they're going to have to give you something.
You're
graduate and do a master's program.
You're living when you went through school. You
Yeah.
and I had to go to school. You had to go to school. And if we didn't, we'd be academically ineligible. It'd be embarrassing to ourselves, our coaches, our families, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We also didn't get any money, at least none that we were supposed to get.
Correct.
Now this is, I will give you X to play football here. They don't care if they go to class. They
But
don't
after
care.
8 years, you better come out of there as something other than a football player.
He's going to be an 8-year starter at Utah.
Unreal.
So his degree, he's majoring in psychology and criminology.
That makes sense. See, you can walk right out of that and just go talk to people in rooms. See, that makes total sense. Okay.
Stay as long as you want.
You know
Cam.
what? Counsel other kids leaving football. There you go. I didn't want to leave school either.
I don't know what he's making there. Let's pick
Utah,
a nice round number.
200
$500,000?
500.
200. Let's
Yeah.
use 200. Let's go lower.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people make $200,000 a year.
Once he leaves there, he's not going to make $200,000 a year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
stay as if you're not breaking the rules, they're cool, you're cool. Let's roll.
From him, sure. From a school perspective, and it is Utah. I get you. But at some point, he's going to be too old to be going to college.
It might be the best quarterback they could get. And they're like,
Of
hey,
course
let's
it
not,
is.
let's
And he's not a pro.
He's
Not
gonna walk-
arguing, but at
He's gonna
some
walk right
point,
to their
he's
grad-
going to be too old to put in the locker room with other 18-year-olds.
He's going to walk
There's
right to that.
coaches in the locker room. I mean, I'm not kidding. Right?
I'm just saying.
So he's gonna.
That's weird.
He will coach the offensive coordinator and the starting quarterback.
To hire him as a coach. That
Right.
makes sense.
And,
Okay.
but he's my best guy. We'll do both.
He
3
could probably-
red shirts. Yeah.
He can be like one of those grad coaches or grad assistants, grad interns or whatever.
Yeah. And play.
I wouldn't want to leave Utah either if they keep paying me. That's crazy.
I'll take the money. I'll keep going. That's fine by me. So Ohtani is going to win his 3rd MVP. Mookie has won the MVP. Freddie Freeman has won the MVP. Clayton Kershaw has won the MVP. I know he's not pitching right now. But the guy that has been arguably, I don't want to say the most steady because that's Shohei and that's Freddie and that's Mookie. Teoscar Hernandez has been so good. And to call him under the radar seems wrong because he made the All-Star team. He's a home run derby champ. But my God, has that guy been unbelievably valuable for them this year. And even if Mookie makes an out or Freddie makes an out or Max Muncy makes an out, that knowing that this guy is still lurking back there changes the entire dynamic of this team. And I feel like we haven't talked about him enough and given him the credit he deserves for being as awesome as he's been all year long.
Usually it follows that same pattern, what you just said. Everybody that I've talked to that talks about the Dodgers, they say when they get to Teo, they say, wow, I think he is a superstar without being a superstar. Do you call them glue guys? What do you call them?
He's too good to be a glue guy. But yeah. Yes.
The heartbeat of the team type thing.
He's probably the most well-liked player on the team.
Yes.
He's able to go between the white players, the Latin players, the black players,
That's
the
glue
Asian
guy.
players.
Yeah.
Like he
keeps everything together.
He keeps everybody likes him.
Yeah.
But a glue guy to me is a guy that's like the last guy on your roster. That he's here because everybody loves to have him. He's hitting in the middle of your order.
Yeah,
he's hitting
and banging too.
Huge home runs. And I don't know if the Dodgers are where they are if he doesn't have this year. They're probably still very good. They probably still win the division. But my goodness, what an incredible season that
I
guy
thought you were
had.
making a case for him being MVP.
No, he's not. He's not because you have Shohei Ohtani on your team. But and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, they're better than he is.
If he is the MVP, that means you just won the World Series. If he's your MVP. That has to be, right? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because if he is killing it to be the MVP,
I think if they're going to win the World Series, Shohei's going to have to be Shohei for at least a chunk.
No matter what.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I don't know if they can win the World Series. Now, granted, they've gotten here, and he hasn't been great. He's been okay.
Yeah.
Mookie's been bad and then very good. Freddie's been pretty solid. But I don't know if he's your best guy if you win the World Series. I think Shohei needs to be. Shohei or Mookie need to be your best guy.
I was trying to bring like the Andre Iguodala thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now, he could be the MVP of the World Series.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could happen.
But when the Braves won, who was the guy that kind of popped
Rosario.
off? Rosario. Yeah, he's not. Freddie Freeman was on that team.
Yeah.
Acuna was on that team, but Rosario was the
most
one that was
important guy in the.
Rosario hit 900 that year. Nobody could get him out.
Yes.
But again, those guys perform like that typically because so much attention and so much effort and so many. When you got to deal with Acuna and Riley and Freeman and whoever else they had on that Atlanta team at the time, it's like eventually you're going to make a mistake, and you're more likely to make a mistake with one of those guys.
Right.
And Teo benefits from that too.
Yes.
If I got to go through the gauntlet of Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, call Max Muncy, and then all of a sudden Teo's an all-star. He's what did he hit this year? 34 home runs, I want to say. That's the guy that you have the letdown. He's going to kill you. And he's done it all season long. He's been terrific.
Do you think he benefits? Oh, I guess he does. Everybody does. Because Mookie's here, because Shohei's here, that you're seeing better pitches to hit.
Well, first of all, there's guys on base a lot.
Yes.
And if there's guys on base, you're going to get more strikes. So, the major league hitters know they're going to get pitches in the zone.
It's a good spot to be in. Yeah, no doubt.
He's been as good as you could be without being the best player on the team. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah.
That if he's not that good, you are far more vulnerable to getting knocked out. Because he hasn't just been good, he's been excellent.
Yeah.
All season long. He's had very few of those typical little lulls. He's been about as steady as you could hope for.
He's your favorite baseball player's favorite baseball player.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I like that. Clayton Kershaw's coming back next year. That's actually really good news, and not for why you might think so. That's coming up next. Trav, DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Factor cap, not right now. What we're talking about right now is Prize Picks. Put the Prize Picks app on your phone. Pick more, pick less. It really is that easy. So when you take your phone out, you put the Prize Picks app, you put in the code 710 because 710 is going to get you $50 in bonus bets after you play your first $5 lineup. And with the NBA season right around the corner, they're giving you a freebie. Anthony Edwards just needs to score 1 point for that square to win. The square is available for users to add to their lineup between 9 and noon, and they must add it before 7:30 and 10:30 here on the West Coast. So they're giving you a free one. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy at Prize Picks, and you can win up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks at Prize Picks. But you can't play if you don't have it on your phone. Put the app on your phone. Use the promo code 710, and they're going to give you $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call, and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
All is back, and so is Shake Shack's free chicken sundaes. Going on now, Shake Shack is offering a free chicken shack with $10 minimum purchase with code Chicken Sunday in Shack or on ShakeShack.com on Sundays only. Terms apply.
Next Gen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Right now, ESPN LA listeners can book a drain cleaning for just $88. That's right, just $88, and you can keep your plumbing in top shape and ensure you're game day ready. So don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN today to take advantage of this limited time offer. That's 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your $88 drain cleaning appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN. Coverage of the 2024 MLB playoffs on ESPN LA is driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. With next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today.
Hey, it's Travis.
And DeMarco.
Hey, accidents can be shocking, devastating, and difficult to deal with, which is why you should never deal with them alone and have family on your side.
Joseph S. Normand and his trusted team are family, and they're here to help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
You know, when my son was in an accident, we called Joseph at 213-747-2000, and he was able to help.
You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
Trojan fans, want to go to the USC-UCLA rivalry game at the Rose Bowl? Just grab an icy cold Coors Light and visit CoorsLight.com/college football. Enter the keyword SCORE, and you got a shot to win your tickets to the game. It's all thanks to our great friends at Coors Light, the official beer of college football and proud partner of the USC Trojans on ESPN LA.
No purchase necessary. Starts 8/1/24. Ends 1/21/25 at 11:59 p.m. CT. Must be legal residents of 50 USDC, 21 years of age or older. Void where prohibited. Use keyword to get entries for keyword prizes. See official rules at www.CoorsLight.com/college football for entry instructions, keywords, odds, prizes, and restrictions. Sponsor Molson Coors Beverage Company, USA, LLC. 250 South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, USA, 60606.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text POWER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text POWER to 42424. That's POWER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Hey, feeling good, like I should.
Hey. Best month of the year for sports, right? October?
Oh, my God, by far, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing. March, there's a lot going on because you get the Final Four, you get the Masters, but
NBA's going on.
NBA, you're getting close to the playoffs are just about to start.
Baseball starts in
spring
April,
training, yeah. But right now, everything is happening, including hockey. The LA Kings, they are on the ice this afternoon in Toronto. They're looking for their second win of the season. Coverage begins at 3:30 p.m. Face-off is at 4. You can hear Kings Maple Leafs right here on the all-new ESPN LA app, your home for LA Kings hockey. And we still got to go to a game.
We do.
Yeah.
And that's going to be dangerous.
Why?
Because it's hockey.
What do you mean?
That energy gets into us, and we're going to have a few beers.
Yeah. Well,
we may turn into goons that night. We
Not
would.
me. I'll have beers with you.
I'm going to drag you into a street fight.
Nah.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Yeah, we are.
No.
We are.
Travis can videotape it.
There you go.
I'm not doing that either. I've never understood that. Like, if you see somebody beating on someone, your first instinct is to take out your phone and record it? Like, that's insane to me.
It is. Only record if I'm winning. If I'm losing, don't record.
I know that this is the Kings against the Maple Leafs, but I feel like there's this team in every sport that can never get out of their own way. They're always good. They always produce a lot, but they can never win the big ones.
The Kings?
No, the Maple Leafs.
Toronto. Oh, yeah.
The Maple Leafs are always a team that, like, this is the year, guys, and they always get knocked out in the first round, and it's some sort of, like, heartbreaking fashions. Yes, except for they go to Game 7 every year. They're like, oh, no.
They're the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yes, and the Dodgers?
Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
years.
Look, I hate you for bringing it up, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That they're the Dodgers?
The Dodgers and the Cowboys and the Leafs are now, I don't know.
Who's that in basketball?
That gets
Celtics
there
before this past year?
and never. Well, it was them.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Really good regular seasons and just a total flop in the postseason.
Suns?
Philly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Embiid.
yeah.
Philly.
And a strong fan base, because the Leafs have a strong fan base. Same for the Cowboys. Same for the Dodgers. And
You said Toronto wrong. You sounded like an American.
You know how you do it?
Toronto.
No second T.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
That's how I learned that from Argo.
Say it in español, Toronto.
Also, what I learned.
Toronto. That's how you say it.
Also,
how do you say Canada in Espanol?
Canada.
I like that. See? I'm going to use that. Yeah.
During the Warner Brothers tour, people were asking questions or whatever, and basically, if it's filmed and it looks like the United States, it's probably Toronto or it's Atlanta. So that's where everything is filmed pretty much right now. It's LA. If it's not LA, it's Atlanta. If it's not Atlanta, it's in Toronto or in Canada in general.
No, it's Canada.
Canada.
There you go.
Canada and Toronto.
There you go.
Yeah. There used to be something being filmed in LA. It felt like you couldn't not go anywhere and not see a production.
Cops.
Like there was,
well,
maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember the last time I ran into a production.
I mean, COVID did a lot to push it out of Los Angeles, and so it pushed it to Atlanta, to push it to Canada. Georgia has a huge tax break and wants to drag people to do that. Texas the same way. So it's the idea of
Vancouver,
Vancouver, eh?
It's really expensive to film something in Los Angeles, but that's how it is.
Sedin sisters. That's what we called them. Yeah.
Henrik and Tom.
That's what we called them. That was fun.
Henrik and something. Yeah,
couldn't stand them.
They're pretty good.
Yes,
they're pretty good. Are you? What's your hockey team?
The Blues.
Oh,
that's where I cut my teeth on the Blues.
Glory,
I came up hating the Kings because of Jonathan Quick.
Oh, were you a Sharks fan?
No, he just would kill the Blues' season every year. That guy, he'd stand on his head and make Brett Hull cry.
You know, I love my hockey cliches.
Yeah.
Maybe hot goalie standing on his head.
Yes.
You can ride a hot goaler through the playoffs.
Yes.
2-0 is the worst lead.
Two-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey.
Yeah.
You can muck and grind. You got to stand them up at the blue line.
Muck and grind.
Yeah,
oh, my God. Don't be miserable.
Don't let them take liberties.
Yes. Use that all the time.
Don't you dare take liberties,
yes.
Far.
Have you said kick, save, and a beauty?
Kick, save, and a beauty. Yeah, he's standing on his head. Yeah.
All the hockey cliches.
And I know what most of them mean. I don't know if all of them mean. Speaking of the Cowboys,
you
see what Belichick said about them? And I'm summarizing. Do you have it, Em?
I have the Sun. I'll play for you. He was on the show with Jim Gray on Sirius. And so this is
great.
Belichick.
It certainly looks like a tough situation down there in Dallas, and I'm sure that ownership is very frustrated about not only the start of this season but the end of last season. And you know, it's just tough. They had a great year last year, and then had a very poor performance against Green Bay in the playoffs. Got off to a good start this year in Cleveland, and then it's been pretty rocky since then. And meanwhile, Steven and Jerry Jones have shelled out a lot of money to some very high-profile players, and have tried to give the team as many resources as they can to win, and just haven't had good results. So, I've always talked about Mike McCarthy. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Mike Zimmer is one of the best defensive coaches in the league. And Bones is a great special teams coach, but for some reason it's just not coming together. There's a long way to go. Something's going to have to start happening fast, and I don't know enough internally about what that is, but I would say it's really on everybody. It's got to, play, coach, and just generally perform better. But I'm sure there's a lot of frustration down there about the way things have gone so far.
What do you make of that?
If you remove the he sounds like AI, doesn't he? Doesn't that sound like AI?
Sounds like Belichick.
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a guy that doesn't want to throw anybody under the bus because
he threw everybody under the bus.
He may be interviewing there soon. He didn't say anybody was bad. He said Mike McCarthy is one of the best coaches in the league.
That's one of those. Yeah, no, this tastes great.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
as you.
Mike McCarthy, one of the best coaches.
Oh, I love that guy.
He did call out Bones and Zimmer, and
here's what he said.
Ownership
is frustrated.
Yes.
Okay.
You mean Jerry?
Yes. He said last season they sucked too. He didn't say it like that, but that's what he said. He said
they had a good year. they went out and play. Yes, they played poorly.
In other words, it's not just now; it's last year.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, it doesn't just suck now; it sucked last year.
Yes,
it sucks now. You've spent a lot of money.
Yes.
Oh yeah. By the way, your coaches are great. That's what he said.
So it's hard for those guys to throw coaches under the bus.
That's
because
as close as you're going to get.
You may have to hire them.
I get, but that was really thinly veiled.
Of course it is.
The coaching staff.
Well, you're asking Bill Belichick about the Cowboys. He's got to tread lightly.
I wonder if Bill isn't the one guy that Jerry might
to give
weird,
what?
It's a weird deal because Jerry isn't a horrible general manager.
No,
he's actually halfway decent.
How many Hall of Famers does he have?
Oh, I know.
He's a pretty good judge of talent.
He's not bad at all.
Yeah,
but clearly you probably need someone else's voice in there because they've been in the Super Bowl in 30 years, despite all that talent. And Jason Garrett, not great. They've had some good coaches. Bill Parcells is a good coach. They've had some not so great coaches. I don't know if Mike McCarthy is one of the great coaches in the NFL, like Belichick's saying. But Belichick is Belichick. His resume speaks for itself. His success speaks for itself. Would Jerry hire someone like that? Because if Bill shows up and they win, Bill's getting the credit. Jerry is not.
If Bill Belichick says, or sort of, what do you call that? Kind of puts it out there that he's interested in the job.
That kind of sounded like that.
That he wants the Cowboys job. There's no way Jerry Jones can turn him down. You'd be crazy. They would call you, you'd be worse than psycho to turn down Bill Belichick. Who's got more Super Bowl rings in the history of the game?
People do weird stuff all the time.
You can't turn him down. If he says, I want the Dallas job.
Turned him down.
Well, for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who turns him down? You can't do that if you're Jerry Jones.
The Atlanta Falcons turned him down.
Jacksonville
Jacksonville turned
for
him
1
down.
year.
Yeah.
But this is Jerry.
No, but I'm just saying it's not unprecedented.
And I'm shocked he was out of New England. That's what I'm saying. So you can't turn that down if he wants the gig.
Your description involves everybody doing the right thing for the right reasons. Logical, emotions not involved, ego's not involved. Jerry is a giant ball of ego and emotions.
Your fan base would say yes to that.
Sure.
They would turn on you if you say no to him.
Yeah.
You want Belichick. You want a guy that has Super Bowl experience. So to get Belichick says, for me to come here, you're going to have to take a backward step.
I believe he'd say he'd take a backward step. I just don't know if because people say anything. Whether you actually do it or not is the first time it comes to, I want A, and Bill says, no, we're doing B. Who wins that?
Well, what was the
Jerry
thing
Jones wins that.
What was the thing with the Lakers and Jerry West and Phil?
Yeah.
Yes. What are you doing here? Can I help you? Same thing.
Yeah.
You're like, when I take this job, you're out. I will bring you a Lombardi, but you're out.
The difference is that Jerry West was not the owner of the team.
True. Different. Yeah. But you are definitely out, and I have the autonomy to throw you out.
He does because he had the ownership. Where it gets complicated is this is the owner we're talking about. He doesn't have a boss.
But that's what I mean. If you if I take this job, if you hire me and I say yes, and you come down to the locker room and start pontificating, like you said you wouldn't do, I'm going to throw you out.
Good luck with that. It's his team. It's his stadium. It's his everything.
Okay, so if you don't leave, then I'm leaving.
Okay. That's what it seems. Jerry might say, okay, fine.
Jerry wouldn't do that. He couldn't do that.
Jimmy Johnson hasn't worked there in a long time.
How many more do you have
Jimmy
left?
Johnson the door.
That was a younger Jerry Jones.
I
How much more do
understand.
you have left in you?
I get it, but it's been 30 years, and Bill Parcells is the only guy I think that fits the mold that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The guy Bill Parcells has skins on the wall.
Yes.
Right? He's got rings. Bill Parcells could say, what's the famous line? You're asking me to cook the meal, let me pick the groceries.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Didn't work out.
Give me everything. How many? Do you want another Lombardi before you say you're done in the NFL? Yes. Then back up.
But that's not. If
then
that
let
were the
me do
question,
this.
If that were the question, sure. But I don't. And that might be what Jerry would say publicly. But what Jerry's thing is, I want another Lombardi before I die that I get credit for.
Okay, then you're going to lose Bill Belichick to Jacksonville, and you're going to be stuck with another retread.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I don't know if guys like that. And the reason that Jerry Jones is a billionaire is because he's a guy like that. That works for him in almost every situation.
Yeah, you'd have to prove to him he's the problem.
But this is a blind spot that these guys. The same thing that makes you great is the same thing that makes you vulnerable.
No doubt.
And the inability to say, I don't care who gets the credit. I just want one. I don't think it's in there.
Belichick could do it. Two guys on the radio obviously could not.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think
especially when he owns the building.
I don't think the building, the uniforms, the Cokes, the cups, the napkins, the hot dogs. It's all his. The league, for that matter.
If you want to win, hire that guy and back up.
Hot and Cold's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Excited to get to go down to Mike Thompson RV tomorrow. We're going to do some social media stuff down there tomorrow. I'm very excited to do it because they're terrific. You know, this is a business that's been around for 52 years. They've been family owned and operated since 1972, and they're about families. They're about making sure that you create those unbelievable moments with the people that you care most about. When I was down there talking with the guys, we talked about our families the whole time and how much fun it can be to go on a road trip in an RV, to go have that fun at the river or at the lake or up in the mountains or whatever you're doing. And right now, you can take your toy hauler and get all of that great stuff to exactly where you want, because toy hauler RV season is officially open. You can haul all of your toys for way less right now through October 20th at the Toy Hauler headquarters. That, of course, is Mike Thompson RV, where they are making sure that you never miss a moment. They have huge inventory. They have top-selling brands, dozens of floor plans to choose from, and they're going to make it super easy for you to pack up all your toys and go full throttle and create those memories. Special pricing on all toy haulers, all motorhomes in stock. So come on in today, because the deals, they are not going to last forever. No matter where you are, you're close to a Mike Thompson store, right? L.A., Santa Fe Springs, Orange County, Fountain Valley, San Bernardino, Riverside County. They got you covered in the IE, the 909. No matter where you are in the Southland, Mike Thompson RV, the place to go. And, of course, online at mikethompson.com.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cab.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call, and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park, party, and play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen.
Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
All right, Who's Hot is Michael K with the hot take here. So he's a legend, and there's nothing around that. He is a legend in sports radio business right now. But he has a hot take about cursing
Profanity.
and all that profanity. So I'm going to not do an impression. I'm going to read what he said about what happened with Kike in his interview with Fox. So he says, they're interviewing Kik Hernandez, who had one of those home runs, and he says, I think that to Ken Rosenthal, are we live? And then Rosenthal says yes, and then Kike goes on, and he drops an F-bomb. He wanted to know if they were live on TV, and then he dropped an F-bomb. Major League Baseball has to issue him a huge, huge fine. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I could see if you got caught up in the moment and there was something he actually thought about, but he wanted to do wanted to know if they were live first and drop the F-bomb on TV. These guys don't get it. There are kids watching the game. So, is this a hot take from Michael K? Do you think he really believes this?
Two things can be true at the same time. He's not wrong, but I don't know if it's as big of a deal as. First of all, I would.
What
love
about the kids?
Will somebody think of the children? The Helen Lovejoy thing is a bit much. But there is an expectation that if I turn something on, that I'm going to have a certain thing coming back at me. He did it on purpose, clearly. He knew what he was doing. And he did it, I think, probably more than anything else, to fire up his teammates.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was for. So I don't have a huge problem with it. But he's not wrong. If you turn on the game, you don't expect someone to F-bomb you through your TV. I'm not offended by it. I know my kids have heard that word. My mom, my grandmother, they're going to survive. It's not the end of the world. But he's not wrong.
That we don't give a No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Is Helen Lovejoy from The Simpsons?
Yes. Won't somebody please?
That's where I started laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, he is not wrong. Michael K is dead right. Did you know he's related to Danny Aiello, the actor?
I can see it in the face now that you say that.
It's his
Michael
uncle.
K?
Yeah.
Michael K. It's his uncle.
Yeah, they look a little alike.
They do.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong, and Kike did pick a shot. Are we
He
live?
100%.
Yes, so I'm going to drop the F-bomb.
Kay says it's disgraceful.
Well, kind of. I mean, there are kids watching. You have to be sensitive and respectful of that. And I hope Major League Baseball doesn't just sweep it under the rug, because you have to discourage this sort of thing, because it'll keep happening if you don't.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the moment. He wasn't euphoric.
I agree with everything you're saying. I don't know if everybody's going to start saying the F word in post-game interviews. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yes.
But
okay, I'll just give you one example.
Yeah.
It's not a curse word.
Yeah.
The gritty.
Yeah.
That went around sports so fast.
Yeah.
Now every kid in America is doing it.
I get
because
it. I understand.
He did it.
I understand
Yes.
that there's examples and role, but this idea that as a society we're doomed and every child had to cover their ears, I think there's a middle ground to this. Should it have happened? No. Is it the end of the world? No.
Who cares?
I do.
It's
going to happen.
I get why people care. I don't, but I understand why people do.
So if you heard this out of a Little League World Series player when they win, how do you feel?
I would laugh.
You would not.
I would laugh if a little 12-year-old said
You
the
would be
F-word
disgusted.
live. No, I would laugh.
Some little kid.
I would laugh and be like, we are so doomed.
You would be disgusted. Come on.
It would be both like, that's pretty funny for all the wrong reasons. There's
a reason we can't say that on the air.
If little Timmy from Rhode Island said this after they won,
that we don't give a
yeah,
that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that's not hilarious.
Yeah.
See,
it would be one of those. Come on, kid.
Right.
Come on.
Or where's the parents?
Yeah.
Come on.
It would not be. It would be. I might laugh at it, but if my kid did it, I would break his neck.
See?
yeah. Like at 12. If you're 19 and you're like, kid, no.
Yes.
You're representing.
So
the family.
baseball represent the sport and slap him on the wrist.
I don't really care, but I don't mind that Michael Kerr and DeMarco Farr do.
But what does it say about your family if your kid says the F word?
We're not raising him right.
How does that mean you're not raising
We're
them
not
right?
raising them because you don't do that.
But the point is,
professional athletes don't do that.
You can have your kids say the F word all you want. That's fine. But if I don't want mine to say it, then I don't want mine to say it or hear it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same shoe doesn't fit for everybody. If you're cool with your kids telling each other to F off over Christmas dinner, knock yourself out. I choose not to do that.
Okay.
You know, so I think that's the difference.
Pass the effing potatoes, Mom.
Yeah.
If any Timmies are listening out there,
No, we don't give a
I want them to do that.
Say it next time. Not
Yeah. All right. So what's cold? So Boston's new NWSL team. So they've had a team in the past, the Boston Breakers, and then it kind of gotten disillusioned.
That was the old USFL team, the Boston Breakers.
Is it really?
Well, maybe
okay,
they copied that name
Yeah.
and used it again, but it was the name of a women's soccer league in Boston. Soccer team in Boston didn't end up happening, so they relaunched a new NWSL team for Boston. They're going to call it the Boss Nation, which is a kind of rearranging of the letters of Bostonian. So, fine. Doesn't really seem like it has anything to do with the city of Boston, which most of these things do take place in that. So, but the real hang-up is they launched a slogan in a video where it was just a bunch of them over and over again saying, oh, we have all these championships in Boston with all these men's sports, but there's too many balls. There's too many balls over and over again. And they're like, well, here comes our women's soccer team. And so, while we may think it's whatever, this really, really made mad your core group of fans, which are mostly women who don't really care about the men's teams there. They care about the women's soccer team. It made them very mad. And so the group of people, your P1s per se, that you want to get to go support your team restarting, are already off on the wrong foot with them.
Wow.
And it's going, and players are speaking out against it. And they're just really mad.
What's the objection exactly?
That you're saying too many balls,
You're making an anatomy joke
about a women's soccer team.
Okay.
And people are just saying, let's not even involve the men at all. Like, this is about the women's soccer team.
Too many
This isn't about male anatomy, as well as people are, there are trans players in the league too. So saying too many balls. It's not about inclusion, and so people are mad. And again, whether we think that is a bad joke or not, you're getting off on the wrong foot with the core fan base that will come to your games. They'll be season ticket holders. It's a bad start for the Boston sports team.
I don't know enough about this specific, but I would imagine, even in a sport like the NWSL, the first priority is take care of your P1s, your most diehard. Without them, I don't have a thing. But at the same time, I understand wanting to reach out to people that maybe are not interested and hope to grab their attention with some whether it's catchy or not, who cares? But they're at least their attempt at a catchy slogan.
The video looks like a bad SNL digital short as well. And so it's just like, okay, the audience for women's soccer, I'm sorry, is not really this room. It's really not.
Oh, yeah.
Women's soccer is for mostly women, a lot of people, the members of the LGBT community. And so if that's going to be your fan base coming to see them, if you're going to have 0 people, then you're not going to get anybody else to come.
I dated the shooting guard for the University of Washington. Yes.
Okay.
The fan base, they hated me.
Oh.
Yes, they hated me. What she's saying, the fan base is not me. They think it's their sport.
Does she have good range?
Oh, yeah, she can shoot.
Yeah?
She can shoot.
Handles?
Oh, it was crazy, though. Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, they hated me, though. It was nuts.
But
I see your point, though.
But
yeah.
you're stumbling on at the start of the line. So it's like they have space to get these fans back, but it's not a good way to start a new. So you know how we talk about LAFC started off so strong in LA because they created their own identity, they knew their fan base, they grew that fan base, and I feel like that's a stumbling block for a lot of these new teams starting. If you start off poorly with the people you want to come to your games, it's not.
Is there enough people to support me if I just cater to one group?
I don't know. And the short answer is I don't know, but I would think you got to hit a lot of groups.
Yeah.
Especially if it's niche like that, right? That if it's niche, I should say, whatever that word is. If it's soccer in Los Angeles, you got a pretty wide pool of people to pick from, right? So let's get the colors right, let's get the stadium right, let's get the players right. People are going to come, right? The hardcores and casuals, they're going to come. I don't know.
It's interesting. Yeah. I see where you're going. Yeah, but
for this, it's like it's especially women's sports in general at a professional level. Your main core is going to be women.
Yeah,
and so you don't want to get on the bad foot with them.
What did Michael Jordan say about when they asked him something about politics?
Republicans buy sneakers too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got to reach out to everyone that's spending money on your product.
Sure.
Yes.
But is
and your fan base can't be so sensitive.
I think what it is.
Yeah.
Make a
You're
better
not gonna-
commercial.
Yes, make a better commercial.
Make a better commercial.
Yeah.
If you missed, okay, move on to the next one.
But-
If you
yeah.
try to get your people, but make a better
The
commercial.
fan base has to be welcoming to new people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And okay with the team reaching out to new people.
It's not okay. Maybe I should show you guys this video, but I think it's not saying, "Hey, we want men to come." It's
No.
saying, "There's too many balls in the city."
It's a bad commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Bad slogan.
Hire the guys that do Nike's ads. Hire the guys that do Sports Center ads, and put them on. I think it's Wyden and Kennedy are the ones that do most of that stuff. Get them on. And I get it, but
what's the name of the team again?
It's going to be Boss Nation. BOS.
Boss Nation. I gotta
and
look this up.
They have
Okay.
in the commercial. They have Tom Brady. They have a bunch of guys from the. They have like Red Sox players and everything. It's like, again, kind of who cares? If I'm going to go watch women's soccer in Boston, I don't really care if Tom Brady cares.
That's
the
football.
old Boston Breakers.
Oh,
USFL
okay. I'm
team.
like, I thought you said soccer. Oh, okay.
They should bring
Let me
that
look this.
back.
Too many.
They still need to bring
many
the
balls.
USFL.
Okay.
The Wave has done a great job. San Diego Wave and Angel City FC. A bunch of these cities, NWSL teams, have done a really great job of being great in their city and catering to that fan base that'll be there for them and that'll be loyal to them.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen. Game Day Comfort is powered by NextGen, the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to snag their $88 drain cleaning special today. The Dump, Super Crosstalk, coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Greg, they don't call me Johnny Baseball for nothing.
That's exactly-
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com. And remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Chevy Trax and the all-electric duo, the Chevy Blazer EV and Equinox EV, and many more. Visit George Chevrolet in Bellflower off the 91 Freeway Lakewood exit or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Be sure to listen to Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr every Monday in the 9 a.m. hour on his new show, The Travis and DeMarco Show. He's going to give you his best of from the whole football weekend. And you know, when DeMarco serves up a best of, you know it means something. Don't miss it. They've got their best of the weekend, plus your chance to win a Fantasy Springs weekend getaway prize pack with your best of. That's Mondays in the 9 a.m. hour on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Made possible by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Escape the everyday at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs.
The Black Crowes Happiness Bastards Tour rolls on. Celebrating their first new music in 15 years. And all the hits. Friday, December 6th at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com or 1-760-342-5000. Don't miss the Black Crowes Happiness Bastards Tour.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Real and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. RealFathersRights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Father's Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
True Work is the most technical workwear in the world, delivering modern solutions to timeless job site challenges. Innovation meets tradition in True Work's high-performance lineup of work pants, shirts, and jackets, all engineered to give you the comfort and protection you need, especially in the most extreme conditions. Check out the full lineup with over 50,000 five-star reviews at truework.com and use the code SPORTS15 to get 15% off your first order. That's TRUEWERK.com. True Work helps you be your best when the weather's at its worst.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
I think you and I just spent the break talking more about the USFL from the early 1980s than any two people have since the league folded 40 years ago.
It's us. See, it's the 80s, man.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could have been around for the USFL when it first started, the Spring League.
It was awesome.
Fun. Yes, it was a blast.
I was a kid in Phoenix when the Arizona Wranglers were introduced to the world. And the only pro team in Arizona at the time were the Suns.
Yes.
That was it. And so there was no Arizona Cardinals, no Diamondbacks, no hockey, no nothing.
Yeah.
The Arizona Wranglers were like, let's go.
You went all in.
You felt like you got an NFL team. It wasn't
Who
an
was
NFL
on that team?
I have
Do you
no
remember a guy?
idea.
Let me see.
I don't.
Daryl James, George Ragsdale, Sidney Thornton, Mel Gray.
Okay.
Mel Gray was on that team.
Okay.
Ron Wheeler.
Nope.
None of these guys
Mel
ring a
Gray,
bell?
Mel Gray played for the Lions, right?
You had Doug Williams.
Doug Williams?
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams?
There's an asterisk there. Let me see. Doug Williams and Rick Johnson were your quarterbacks.
I don't remember any of that, but I remember liking it. That's all I remember.
Fun stuff, yes.
Clayton Kershaw announced that he plans on returning for the 2025 season, and great.
Is that like super fun season?
No.
Oh.
No. It's not that. I
okay.
appreciate you saying that, but no. He's not going to be a part of their major plan. If he's healthy and can go, great. If he's not and can't go, that stinks, but it's not the end of the world. I think like the days of counting on him to be the backbone of what it is you're doing are well in there. He needs something like 34 strikeouts to hit 3,000. He's going to the Hall of Fame the second he's eligible.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing left for him to prove as a major league player. I would hate to see him leave because of a goofy toe injury that he had. I'm glad he's coming back, but it's almost liberating to know that, look, this pitching rotation is going to be Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, and whoever else kind of steps up. But whatever you get from Clayton Kershaw is just additive.
Okay, so two questions. One's a statement, I guess, and a question. So he doesn't have to make the team.
No.
He's on the team.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to compete for a job. No. He's got a job.
No. You gonna cut him?
Is that all baseball, or is that just because of who he is?
No, that's him.
Okay, so that leads me to the second point. Why are you doing this if you're Clayton Kershaw?
3,000 strikeouts. That'd be my guess.
You're just chasing a number.
Well, I think that's a part of it. And look, I don't know what's going to happen in this series or if they go to the World Series or beyond. Fact of the matter is the Dodgers are going to be one of the best teams in baseball next year. I can still compete at a major league level.
You got a chance to ring every year.
I got a chance to win again.
Okay, so what if, 3,000 strikeouts, phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
But what if you're limping to that 3,000 strikeouts? Like you're not dominant anymore.
I get it. He's not striking out 10 guys a night.
Yeah.
What you're getting at.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but he's so close. Okay, fine.
Just getting the numbers worth it. Okay.
If he needed 200
yeah.
and you needed to go through a couple of years of this, that's a different thing. He needs, I think it's 34.
Okay.
He could get 34 in 2 months, even if he doesn't pitch very much.
Like Pujols, he stuck around for the number, you think? He was 700, right? That was his number?
Did he get this? I know he got this 600. Right? I don't know if he got this. He might have. He might have gotten
around for the number.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a hitter, I can almost understand, I guess.
What's the difference?
Because, you get 4 ABs a night. As a pitcher.
But he's going to get 4 innings a night.
You go out, you start the game. I assume Clayton Kershaw is going to start.
Yeah.
And you're out after an inning.
No.
You get one strikeout.
I don't, play that out. If for whatever reason he went out there and he literally couldn't get anybody out, which would not be a realistic scenario, I don't think he'd stick around in that scenario.
But if he doesn't, that means there's a good chance we lose that night. I'm talking about him versus Pujols, a pitcher versus hitter.
Yeah.
Hanging around just trying to club your 700 versus pitching.
I don't think he would do it strictly in a ceremonial, I'm just trying to check off 2 strikeouts a night kind of situation.
Right. Okay.
He's still a major league pitcher. When he was pitched this year, he was still a major league pitcher.
He had a couple of decent starts. He had a couple of bad ones, and he had a couple of decent ones.
He is no longer Clayton Kershaw as you think of him in your mind's eye.
Totally different pitcher.
But he's still a major league pitcher.
So when he crosses the 3,000 strikeout barrier, you guys going to go nuts, throw a party?
Depends on
what's
okay.
It's pretty momentous. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
only
a big
20
deal.
guys.
Yeah.
Been around a long time. A lot of guys have pitched. Only 20 guys have done that.
Am I assuming that he's never going to be that guy again?
Yes, you should be.
Oh no, that's never coming.
He's not that guy. I mean, he's even
he's
this
37
time.
years old.
He was working low 90s, high 80s with his fastball. I mean, he kind of got a. Well, you'll understand this. He has to Tanana.
Oh yeah, Frank Tanana.
Tanana eyes.
Tanana
eyes.
What is Tanana eyes?
Frank Tanana was a pitcher for the Angels who was
Fireballer.
a flamethrower.
Yeah,
and then he blew his arm out and he came back throwing just the softest stuff
all
you've
junk,
ever seen,
and was still
and
good.
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I never thought Kershaw was a blow you away type guy. He's more Uncle Charlie dude, right?
He was pretty dominant. His best pitch was that curve, that slider, but he could run it up there mid to high mid.
Okay. And that slider, busting that slider, and doesn't quite have the bite that it had.
Okay.
When I don't have to gear up to go and I can wait, those guys are pretty good hitters.
Okay.
I cannot believe Momo is
Momo's
virtually on time. Virtually on
Ready to
time.
go?
Yeah.
You have been on my TV for like the last 3 days.
Oh, you watch him?
I'm watching the basketball thing on Netflix.
Oh,
yes.
Starting Five.
Starting Five. I
Momo's
love
all
it.
over that show.
Yes.
All over it.
I love it. I love it. I love
Were
it.
you
Yes.
hyper aware of the presence of the cameras when they were around?
No. I just
She's
sat
being
for
interviewed.
interviews.
Yeah.
Oh,
I sat
being
for interviews.
Oh, so you're not part of the cinema verite. You sat down.
No,
to talk.
I sat down.
So you're like talking head.
Yes.
Talking. You're like they cut away to you.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I'm like.
I always
I'm one
wanted
of the,
to do that.
I was the. I see you over there. I see you.
Sorry.
I know.
Go ahead.
Oh, for the love of
Go
God.
ahead.
I know.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I caught it too. Took me a second.
You guys, everything here is just
Everything.
No,
I know.
not everything.
I still haven't caught up
That's
It's
yet.
okay. Don't worry.
Go
It's
ahead.
not
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
it.
All right.
So they sat with us a couple times. Actually, we did the first interview right in the radio station over here, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
booth over there.
Oh, okay.
And we had I think I sat with them twice, but it was like they were long sessions. They were 2-3 hours, and they'd ask us about all 5 of those guys.
Oh, wow.
And then you're kind of narrating like where they are in the series, and what's the importance of the All-Star game, and then can you say something that if you're an All-Star, like that.
Bite.
A lot of
By the way,
prompts.
there's
bites.
a lot of
A
that.
lot of prompts.
There's a lot of
of
bites.
that, and how many? And a lot of prompts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I used to do those ones
Yeah.
on Spectrum,
Sure. Yeah.
where you'd talk about Shaq's
I
greatest moments
always
or
wanted
whatever.
to do one of those. I've never
Oh
gotten
yeah.
to do it.
By the way,
Yeah.
I
I'm still on those from 8 years ago.
I look up sometimes. I'm like, oh, what
Yeah,
the hell?
I know.
I'm on there.
Totally.
Ireland
Wow.
lives on those
Oh,
shows.
totally.
He lives on every one of them.
You've probably sat for like Football Life and things like that, right?
Yeah, the what do you call those? The
Yeah.
10 worst moments in sports or whatever.
Oh.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sat for those. But
this-
you were talking about Ant Edwards.
Yeah.
This morning. He's
This
going to be the
morning.
new face of the league. Or
Yeah,
could be the
yeah, I
face
did
of the
that
league.
one, yeah.
Or he's got the potential to be the face of the league.
So that was one.
Yeah.
How
was it-
detailed are the prompts?
Oh no, some of them are very detailed.
Say this.
Like
Yeah,
they know
that's
they need.
right.
They were
exactly what I'm
like, can
getting
you
at."
say something like, when you're an all-star, that means you're an all-star. They can't take that away from you. You've
Yes.
made it.
Oh, that's
and
good.
and they were like, put your own spin on it, but something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kind of ruins it. Yeah.
Something like that.
By
Yeah.
the way, sell me on this show. I watch. I'm
Did you like
limited.
quarterback? Did you
I
like?
did not watch quarterback. Did
I
not
love
watch
quarterback.
receiver.
Okay,
did
I'll
not
say this.
watch
I am in the
second
show, so
baseman.
obviously I'm watching for myself.
Didn't watch
receiver.
shortstop.
I think that 10 episodes is a lot. There's a lot. I think it's a really good show, but I think it's maybe it should have been 6 or 8.
Okay.
Like, do you feel like that? There's a lot of.
Okay, so just like the quarterback, I went in with this opinion of Kirk Cousins.
All right.
After the show, I liked the guy.
Me too.
Yeah.
I went in wanting to hate Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
I don't think I hate him anymore.
No, he's
Okay.
pretty great in the
Yeah.
show.
And Jimmy Butler, I mean, I'll reveal it. It's fine. It's not. There was always this understanding that like Jimmy, there was a story of Jimmy's childhood that he grew up, and at one point his parents weren't around, and he's kind of like a sort of a blindsides type of story where he basically lived with a friend or a coach or something in high school, and so in the show, like pretty quickly you see Jimmy hanging out with his dad. You're like, wait, I didn't
dominoes.
He had a relationship with his dad, and then that's part of his whole story is that like it's this big reveal. And then he's got his kids there, and you never really see him in.
You see him in dad mode.
Yeah, in dad mode all the time.
Yeah,
you see the behind the scenes, and then
so it humanizes.
Yeah, humanizes.
Well, that's the thing.
Right.
That's
not just a player; he's a person.
To go back to quarterback, because that's the only one of these that I've seen, and I liked it because I thought they got it exactly right. They had the best Mahomes.
Right.
They had a guy that's kind of in the middle of the pack in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And they had a guy hanging on by his fingernails with Mariota.
Right.
Yeah.
Who literally didn't even make it to the end of the show.
It was a
He
great
quit.
show. Yeah.
It was, and so you had all three.
Yeah.
The basketball guys are all stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nobody just hanging on.
Right. There's nobody that I'm like, they're all stars, and because basketball players, their image is very curated and very specific to what they are, I feel like I kind of know it without having seen. Like, I didn't know anything about Kirk Cousins. I didn't know anything about. Like, I thought, quite frankly, I thought that the Mahomes thing was the least interesting part of it because I see him all the time.
Yeah,
and
I
feel like
think
see all these
Domantas
guys all the
Sabonis
time.
comes across really well in this. Like,
He
you're
does.
gonna walk away from this going, I really like Sabonis.
He's
I
a
want to
great
hang out with
player.
him and his wife. I mean, they're cool.
Yeah,
like
because his dad shows up.
Yeah, his
You think
dad's in
about
it.
Arvidas.
You know?
Yes,
And I like his wife, you know, because she's like the wife in the stands who's like hates Draymond Green for the stomp, and
that's
you know,
great.
like she's really all over.
Check it out. You might like it.
It's good.
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards is just really funny.
He's a entertaining.
Really
person.
entertaining character and funny.
Yeah.
And Tatum, I think, is exactly kind of who you think he is. But and this is why I think what.
Just toast with no butter. Jason Tatum. I love him though.
You said.
I love him,
let's
though.
do this because I want to follow
Okay.
up on this.
All
Let's do a little super crosstalk. Bonk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
So what'd you call it? A toast with no butter?
Toast with no butter.
So is that
It's a
right?
great
'Cause
description.
You can live off it.
Okay.
You
dry
can survive.
toast.
That's kinda
Yes,
what
just
I
dry
thought.
toast. Yes.
Great
Okay,
player.
Okay, but okay, let's have a counter argument.
So we're talking about Jason Tatum. Just to be
Yes.
clear. Yeah.
Never been in trouble.
Yep.
Good.
Never caused a controversy.
Yeah.
Won a championship. Always says about the right thing. Good dad.
Yes.
He's a forward-facing father here.
Mom's awesome.
Mom's awesome.
Yeah.
Raised him as a single mom when she was a teenager, and still went to law school and put herself would take him to class with her. So
there's nothing
great
not
guy.
to like. Yes.
Yeah, no, great
Great-
story.
great
that's
guy.
what's fun.
Great
Like that's
story.
what's, do we only like people who are
To watch on
tortured?
TV?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people are stars and some people are not.
Yes.
But he's a star.
He's a star, but he's not a star in the way that LeBron is a star or Edwards is a star. He's not on that level in terms of being able to move the needle.
Watchability.
Yeah.
But he's a spokesman for Coach and for the watches.
I have nothing against Jason Tatum. This is more.
Yeah.
But
I know what you're saying.
But he's not one of the reasons I'm going to tune into the show.
Coming home at night and doing the right thing is not good TV.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like,
the way they present it, you might like it.
Yeah, you
might
might
have a deeper appreciation for him.
You
and
get
who he
all
is.
into his backstory and
Yeah.
who he is and his dad stuff, and then they win. So obviously, I can see how because I was sitting for interviews with this. I could tell the whole time they were like, we just got to get one of our guys in the finals because we got to take the show all the way to the end,
Right.
you know. And they had two cracks at it because they had Anthony Edwards, who was in the Western Conference Finals, and Tatum in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they Tatum makes it.
Right.
They could have played each other. That would have been great for the show.
Sure. Yeah.
But they at least have one that goes all the way to the end and wins a championship. Sabonis, he kind of gets a lot of story arc in the middle section of the show because their team loses in the playoffs. They don't even make the playoffs.
Right.
So like his part's going to be done.
That's where I'm at with him right now.
Exactly. I just finished that one too.
So it's how many episodes?
10.
10.
I know it's a lot.
Big commitment.
You know who really comes off good? It's there's nothing new about LeBron, right? We know all this stuff. But his wife,
Savannah, is amazing.
She comes off great in this. Like in the way he
How
talks
so?
about her. Like the way he talks about his career. Like I wouldn't be able to do this without her.
Yeah, I think I of the LeBron segments, I think you get a real feel for his personality in a way that you may not have. Like he's really goofy. He is really like a big old kid all the time. He's really.
By the way, you see glimpses of that.
Yeah, you do.
When we talked to him at Media Day, he was goofy. He was fun. He was kind of silly.
Yeah.
It was like he's
It's one
got
of the few
that
times you see
side
him
to him.
loose. Like, because having done Media Day a few times before, like he's actually got his defenses down a little bit.
Yeah, he does a little
Yeah.
bit. He does. And for a couple of years there, we didn't really get him on Media Day.
Right.
We got him
I
this
saw
year,
that.
and he was actually fun.
Like there was a scene last night. I was watching the one last night where he was at the All-Star game and they gave him some shorts that were a little too tight. He's like, "This ain't the '80s, man. These are for Bronny." Like what? You know?
I didn't know.
Like,
He's got a potty mouth.
Yeah, he really.
Oh my God! Every other word.
Yeah, and they're always showing him like singing the words to these songs very badly, and he doesn't really know all the words. I mean, it's kind of funny,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Here's the thing about right now.
Right?
If you start laying out the calendar, okay, which I start. So I've got games 3, 4, 5.
I know. Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, you're tied up.
USC on Saturday.
Yeah.
Rams on Sunday. Game 5 Sunday or Game 6 Sunday night potentially. Game 7 potentially Monday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday Lakers opening night.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it starts the games.
How about the Clippers opener at Intuit? Are you going?
I'm not. I've
Have
been
you
to
been?
Intuit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I've been to it.
What did you think?
Of
the building?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is
the
amazing.
best thing about
It's been. I haven't heard one person.
it's worth going. It's worth going just for the
Now,
building.
in what context? I went there to see Bruno Mars. And what did you go for?
I
a
went
tour?
there for a tour, but I was speaking at a conference that was there. That place is going to be like
Did they have
hosting
the
all
wall
the
laid
conference- No, it wasn't like hype for a game like it was.
Right,
like
'cause
it will be.
When I was there for Bruno Mars, they had a big tarp over what would be the wall.
Is that going to work?
I actually have a feeling it is. What do you think
I
the
am-
wall is going to do? By the way,
I
if
think
you're
it's cool.
If
Yeah.
you don't know, it is like a stack of
A stack, and you have to wear
Yeah.
Clipper gear.
Yep.
You cannot wear opposing gear in
Correct.
there. It's first come, first serve, right? As far as where you sit.
I think you become a member of the wall.
Oh.
I think there's like
that's
a
right.
vetting process.
But like you come to, like if you're the first, you can sit in the best seat in the wall.
Yeah.
The next guy gets the second best seat. I think it's kind of you don't get a seat, you get access to the wall. And then
Right.
You go
Is
wherever you
Clipper
want.
Darryl still around?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still around. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's how I'm going to say this. You can choose my words very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I think the wall will be great when the team is good. And I think that wall will be great when there's a lot of people in the building.
Oh, I see.
Wait a minute. You don't
two
think,
things there might
see,
not be.
I don't think the Clippers are going to be very good this year. Like I
Nobody
see them
does.
out
I think that's
of
what
the
she's
top
saying.
8.
Yeah.
I don't think Kawhi hasn't even practiced yet.
Right.
No.
I mean, I don't see it there. But don't you think the building sells itself for a year? Don't you think people want to be in there to see the building?
But that's not
because
the
it's
wall,
brand
though,
new
right?
and all
Like
that stuff?
I'll use
You're
myself
talking-
as an example.
Yeah.
I want to see the building because I want to see the building.
But not just
Yeah,
the
the
wall.
first year I agree.
But I'm not getting dressed up in Clipper gear and sitting in the wall. I don't
No,
want to
but
do
I think
that.
I think the building sells itself for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think people want to see it.
Yeah.
But you know,
and they should. It's really awesome.
yeah, you know what? I don't know if I've told you guys this, but when I was there, I thought the single most impressive thing, and I know a lot of bragging about toilets, and they obviously have a lot of toilets. So many toilets, it'll blow your mind. There's a toilet everywhere. Toilets. So, and there are never
Can
there
I
were
ask
no
you-
lines anywhere.
Can I interrupt your thought to ask a stupid question
Yeah.
that popped into my head? Do you feel like the need to go in all the different toilets?
No, the opposite. I feel like
I do.
Oh,
Every
there's-
toilet?
There's
Come on,
always
Trav,
a
really?
toilet close to me.
Come
I
on.
like to mix it up in my own
Me
house.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
So
Like
in
if I hit
someone's
the,
house,
if I hit
yes.
the one in my bathroom upstairs,
Yes.
I'm going to hit the kids next.
Of course,
Same.
definitely. Yes.
Same. Like when I moved into my house and
No doubt.
there's like 4 options now,
But
and I'm like, I'm gonna mix
not
it
a
up.
basketball arena. No.
So I go. When
I think so. Like if you walked in there with 50 toilets, are you gonna go like?
I'm gonna go
all the way down the
eventually
line.
I'm
Two
gonna
that
hit
I
all
like,
50.
and I'm going there.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's my goal.
So when I
Dogs,
was
are
there
we?
that night, I got a drink. Okay, I think I got a whiskey sour, maybe
Nice.
something like that, or
Yeah.
an old fashioned.
Good drink.
Attaboy.
Brown drink. And I walk into the bathroom, and you're holding the drink, right?
Yeah.
And this happens all the time, where they have a shelf.
Oh.
Nice. A urinal shelf to
Big
set
time.
your
There you
drink
go.
down. That is like
That's big time.
that
That's
is
every
a
man.
really
Yeah.
cool feature. Urinal shelves
Yes. Yeah.
should catch on.
Yeah, is it a whole shelf or just like a little square to set your drink
just
on?
a little shelf. It's
Okay.
clearly
To put the drink
there to
down.
put the drink down.
That's perfect.
It's
yes.
awesome.
Tell
It's
me
awesome.
something.
You know
How
what?
can one guy be hurt so much?
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, so
What's
here's
wrong with him?
Let me tell you. Let me just give you the overall picture. When you get hurt a few times in the same areas, like your knees.
Oh, it's the same area.
Yeah, it's
oh,
the same.
okay,
The
well,
right knee, the left knee. He's had several
makes
things
sense.
with both
Okay.
knees. You have scar tissue,
Yes.
and you have stuff that's never going to be quite the same,
And it
you
becomes
always,
chronic.
And becomes
Why
chronic,
did they
and then
re-sign him?
because
Yeah,
he's
why?
good.
Yeah,
But
but
he doesn't
why?
play.
Because I think that this idea, the 65 game thing, I think everybody's done with it. I think Joel Embiid was like, I'm not playing back-to-back for the rest of my career. Kawhi's like, yeah, forget that. I tried to play all last year, and then I was not healthy at the playoffs. I think there's going to be a lot of players
But
who are going to
this
say, forget
predates
that.
the 65 rule thing.
Well,
he hasn't played well.
It's literally the Kawhi Leonard rule. Last year, he actually played a lot. And this year, he's going to go
Did
back
he get to 65 last year?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did.
he
okay.
did.
But in
and
his
then he was
Clipper
broken down
his
for the
Clipper
playoffs.
career, he has missed way more than he's played.
Just the second half of it. Yeah.
It-
Listen,
it's
he just has scar tissue, and then scar tissue get inflammation, and then inflammation leads to more
I get
stuff.
that. Yeah.
It's a management thing.
Is that what's going on with Embiid too? That he's
Same.
got
100%.
same injury. So Ireland suggested yesterday, and it makes complete sense, extending the season for a couple of weeks and eliminating all the back-to-backs. Start the season on October the 1st and eliminate all the back-to-backs. That would take away some of this stress that guys
I think they
feel.
need to play less games.
That's never going to happen.
gonna happen.
And I
though.
think
So you
we
can go
need
ahead
to
and
do
suggest
away with
that.
the All-Star break.
Yeah,
we don't need that.
That I think
we don't need to have the All-Star game.
They're
It's-
never going to roll back games.
I know.
Never
But
gonna
extending
give up
the season
revenue.
makes sense.
Yeah, okay, but the season's already so
But
long.
no back-to-backs.
And by
yeah.
the way, giving up revenue is not just bad for the owners; it's bad for the players.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
The
less
players,
money.
There's
No.
less money to split.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
look, we're all sports fans. We all work in the sports business, so we watch these games both because we love them, but we watch them because we need to watch them. The seasons, every season, with the exception of the NFL, is already too long.
It's too long.
Everything's too long.
If
So
you-
extending it
If
even
you extended
longer?
it, when's the
I know.
championship? If you extended
Well,
it.
it's in the middle of June now, so it'd be
Yeah,
in
no.
July.
He's saying you would
Start
start on
earlier?
October.
Oh,
1st.
start early.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And cut back on some of the preseason games.
Okay.
Yeah, eliminate some preseason, stretch
That's
the
a pretty good
opening
idea.
to more
Because
like
you know what
October
happens
the
is
1st.
a lot of guys just come back and use the preseason to get in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of team, and that's one of the biggest differences with guys when they first get in the league. They work their way into shape, and then once you get to be older, like LeBron, like he's in shape. He's day one, he's ready to go.
Oh yeah, those guys look like they're ready
Yeah.
to roll.
Don't ask
AD,
Michael Malone.
Same thing.
He says none of his guys
I was
are
there
in
that
shape.
night.
Oh, were you
I was
really?
there that night,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Whoa!" I just showed up for a random preseason game,
Yeah.
and Malone's like, "Everybody in this league's soft.
Yeah, he went off.
Nobody can play one-on-one defense, and we're going to condition." I was like, "Yes,
Yes, sir.
All right.
Michael Malone would use all the toilets. That's all I'm saying.
All the
Super
toilets.
Crosstalks brought to you by
And the urinal
In
shelf.
and Out.
The urinal shelf.
I'm going to put one in my house.
Seriously,
There you go.
Great spot for one. Yeah.
I'm going to install a urinal just so I can install a shelf.
Do you think
Dang
Ballmer's? Do you think Ballmer's bummed that I go to his new building and the only thing I remember is the urinal shelf?
As long as
That's
he made an
okay.
impression.
You're talking about
he
it.
mentioned
Yeah.
the toilets.
Right,
That's
he's
it.
the
Yeah.
toilet guy. Yeah.
In and Out. That's what I ever.